It's time for Lander Valley basketball on County 10.
Fadden takes it herself, almost loses it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. McFadden tries to drive in, kick out the goggles, launches the three. Can she hit that buzzer? It does!
Broadcasting on County 10's YouTube page and KOE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
It was looking for the pass for Washburn on the cut. Lincoln bounce past the 6B. He'll launch the three. That three is good!
Coming up, the Porter's Tailgate Show. You'll hear about today's matchup, catch up with LBHS Athletics, and hear a pregame interview with the coaches.
Give it to St. Clair. St. Clair. Lincoln. Three. Good! She has 12 in the ball game. And as inbound will go to Bell. Bell's going to pass it off to McFadden. Bounce pass it off to Whalen. Launches the three. That one will go in, and the Tigers will break the lid off the basket.
It all starts in 30 minutes. Now sending you to the hardwood, bringing you today's action. The voice of the Lander Valley Tigers is Wyatt Barichka.
And a good evening here from Wrangler Gym as we get set for a doubleheader for the Lander Valley Tigers and just their second conference game of the season. And to think we're already kind of past the halfway point of this season. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show. It's brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. They're a proud sponsor of the athletics across Fremont County, located in Riverton. It's your one-stop shop for spas, grills, pellets, and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County athletics. Let's also give a big thanks to Perfect Power Electric and Lander. They support athletes across Lander Valley. As give Perfect Power a call today for all of your electrical needs. That is 307-332-7184. And I am joined today by Matt Meyer, who made the trip up to Pinedale. Matt, first off, thank you for making the trip down. We're lucky to have you on.
Thanks, Wyatt. It's good to be here, get back in the booth, and watch some good high school basketball. And it looks like to me there should be a couple really good games tonight with these conference foes.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably arguably one of the teams in contention for a state title this season. In Pinedale, they have just a stacked junior class. I don't know how better it can get. I mean, you can probably put Douglas in that conversation, but either way, I mean, Lander is an up-and-coming team. They've probably had one of their best overall games on Tuesday against Riverton, and just kind of a lot to look out for with this Lander team tonight, taking on a great Pinedale squad.
Yeah, I thought they played their best game of the season on Tuesday night. Their press was just eating up Riverton, and they got numerous turnovers, converted that into points. If they can play that same consistency, I think they could definitely win this game tonight.
Yeah, let's talk about how these two teams enter tonight, Matt. And it looks like this Pinedale enters with an overall record of 9-3. They are 1-1 in conference play. Their conference loss comes to Mountain View, and Mountain View is 11-1, I believe, entering this week in the conference season. So Lander's really got a tough quad they got to play. It's probably one of the toughest around the state of Wyoming when you got a team who's been consistently in state title runs in Lyman. You got Mountain View, who's always been a tough team, and again Pinedale, who's kind of been good the last couple of seasons under head coach Trent Bowers. As Lander is 6-5 on the season, Matt, we talked about that. They defeated Riverton on Tuesday. They are 0-1 in conference play, so an early win here would be beneficial before Mountain View on Tuesday.
Right, and this Pinedale girls squad, if I'm not mistaken, only lost to Mountain View by a couple points. So they definitely played them tough. This is going to be a good measuring stick, I think, for Lander to see how they measure up in this quad and this side of the state. As we know, on the other side, Douglas is still the team to beat. But, if you can get a high seed on this side and make it to state, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You put it exactly right, Matt. We're going to step aside for our timeout. We'll continue our Porter's Tailgate Show as we're about 10 minutes away from opening tip. You're tuned in to Lady Tiger Basketball right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Broadcasting across the Lander Valley, we are the County 10 Sports Network.
Continuing our Porter's Tailgate Show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply. Let's take a look at the history between these two teams. Since 2007, Lander against Pinedale, this is kind of crazy to think, 27-4 against the Lady Wranglers in this contest. And, the Lady Wranglers have won the last two, and all four wins have been after 2017. To think about that, Lander put a winning streak that against a team that's kind of unheard of in some cases. But, again, Pinedale winning the last two, looking for their third in a row against the Lady Tigers. And, Matt, we were talking about the numbers beforehand. I mean, this team, Pinedale's a high-scoring team, and, Lander defensively is pretty good. What's kind of the numbers like?
Well, Lander's going to have to work for it tonight as Pinedale girls, they're fourth in the state in scoring. They're averaging 53 points in offense compared to Lander's 39. So right away you've got a 14-point difference. And so Lander's defense is going to have to make that up. On the defensive side, Pinedale's given up 39 points where Lander's given up 44. So that right there shows you that's going to be, I think, a lot closer. And I think whoever wins this game on defense is going to probably be the team that wins it overall, because, again, you're going to talk about some of these players, and there's a couple players for Pinedale that if Lander can shut down or slow down, I think they've got a great chance to win. Yeah,
let's get right into that. Players to watch out for. Let's start with the Lady Wranglers, and, she's only a junior. Elin Bowers, the daughter of head coach Trent Bowers, averages 22.4 points entering this week, which is, it's one of the best in the state in Class 3. I believe top 5 in scoring is almost juniors in that case. So to tell you how good this junior class is going to be heading into next year, it's going to be a tough one for any school in 3A and just in general. And a couple of other names that kind of stand out from a season ago and also entering today. Gabby Rogers for the Lady Wranglers. She's 8.2 points, but she's really aggressive on the defensive side for the Lady Wranglers. So defensively, maybe look out for her, but offensively, Elin Bowers, the player to watch out for. And let's go on to the Lander side. The Lady Tigers are led by in scoring with Hayden Goggles, who averages just around 10 points per game. Actually, it's Adeline Anderson now who kind of took that throne of the high scoring, but she wasn't even a factor on Tuesday, but she was a factor defensively for Adeline Anderson. She's one of the tallest players going to be on the court tonight, so kind of maybe look out for her on the defensive side and obviously rebound opportunities.
Right, and I think too, going back to Tuesday night, Lander had a really good overall contribution from a lot of players hitting threes, and it wasn't just one player. And I think that's what Lander has an advantage, is that they have several players that can score and can, bring their game to another level, and so that's important too. Yeah,
Drew Powell, I talked with him before this one, and you kind of talked to him as well, but I think one thing he's kind of going to be looking at tonight defensively is the rebounding side. Defensive rebounds. Can you create one possession for Pinedale, because Pinedale can get those opportunities of multiple possessions, but defensive rebounds is something we're going to be kind of an eye on tonight. That's what head coach Drew Powell mentioned on the pregame interview, but either way too, I think you said it best, defense is going to be a key factor in this contest.
Right. And I don't know, this gym's starting to fill up pretty good, so you got that home crowd advantage for Pinedale. But that's one thing that travels on the road is defense. And if your team can play good defense, that helps, and it can offset that home court advantage quite a bit.
Well, yeah, and I think Lander's trying to kind of counter that, as you can kind of see of a couple sections on the Pinedale's on the Lander side of the bench that you'll see later on this broadcast. We're also live on YouTube as well as KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM if you're on YouTube. feel free to chime in on the chat tonight. We already got one person giving a shout out to Lander, Zach Sixby, giving his team a shout out. He also shouted out Parker Sixby, who will be part of the boys team later on tonight. We got about 4.5 minutes before opening tip. We got some national anthem stuff we all have to get as well. So we're going to take another 60-second timeout. When we come back, I chatted with head coach Drew Powell. This is Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network. We're actually going to take a 30.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm going to text her. I'm going to text Allison.
Hey, hold up. Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro?
What did he say?
Subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be alerted every time a new video or game is on County 10's YouTube page.
Working on getting head coach Drew Powell's interview here is we should get that right. Oh, hold on. We're kind of already struggling here, but should get head coach Drew Powell's interview here in just a moment. And with that, let's send it to that right now. Back here on the County 10 Sports Network here with head coach Drew Powell. First off, coach, got to get a win against Riverton, and just it felt like you guys just kind of aggressively, defensively, kind of had one of your best showings this season. Just kind of reflect on that game just a little bit.
It really just came down to that defensive side of the ball, especially the second half. They just fired right out, and every single game I write defensive mentality on the board, and that's how I want them to play, and I think we're starting to really get there, and then that mindset just leads to offense. If you can get good defensive stops, good defensive rebounds, and then outlet the ball, it just turns into offense pretty easily. But I thought we played a pretty darn good game, maybe our best game of the year, but it all comes down to, can we repeat that effort?
Yeah, I was going to say, like you said, one of your best efforts of the year, and multiple people scoring. I mean, it wasn't kind of like one person show like some teams can have, and we might see that tonight with Pinedale, but offensively too, you guys just sharing the ball quite a bit. I mean, nobody was selfish in ways, so offensively too, kind of reflect on that.
Yeah, I mean, the best team's an unselfish team. If you're open and you can shoot, you need to shoot the ball. I mean, it really just comes down to, if we can share the ball and shoot from 5 different positions when we're on the floor, it really makes it hard to guard. When you only have 1 or 2 scorers, it's a little bit easier to have a game plan, but if you have 5 people out there that can shoot the ball and really get to the rim, it really helps just the whole entire team, give them space and make it so it's a little bit harder to guard you.
We're here in Pinedale. You're taking on a team who's, they are kind of been in that contention title for a couple of seasons now, but a team that's still got plenty of talent with it's basically a junior team. But what do you know about this Pinedale team, and kind of what's your game plan going in?
Really, our game plan is to be us. I think that's the best thing that you can do in a season. We did do a little bit of game planning against them. They have the Bowers girl who's really good, and then they have 2 other really good guards. I think they have 3 of them that shoot above 30% from the three-point line, so we have to know that we have to run them off the three-point line, can't sag off of them because they're going to shoot it in your face. But really, I think it just comes down to being very defensive. If we can do that and hold them to maybe below their averages, I think that'll help us a lot. We're not maybe the most offensive team in the world, but I think when we play that defense, it turns it into offense, which helps us score a little more points, and I really just think it comes down to that defensive side of the ball. Can we keep the ball out of their big girls' hands and make it so that they have to shoot tough shots instead of easy shots, and then get defensive rebounds?
Yeah, and I would imagine turnovers too. I know that's something you guys have kind of been worried about for a couple of games now, and how key is that going to be, especially with a team like this tonight?
Every possession counts. I mean, if you give them up in turnovers, it's really hard to get a flow going, but I think we've gotten a lot better at it. I know we've grown a lot since the beginning of the year in that aspect, but it really just comes down to we can't leave our guards when they're getting pressed and then just flash into open spots. If we can do that and make some solid passes, we can break their presses for layups, and really that's what we strive to do.
Well, I know I would ask you X Factor, but maybe one emphasis tonight. I know you're saying being yourself is the thing, but kind of maybe one emphasis to help you guys get a win tonight.
It's a hard one. I think there's too many, it seems like, every single game, but I'd say defensive rebounding. If we don't give up those second chance points, it really gives us an opportunity to get out in transition and get some transition points for us, which helps a lot in the long run. If you watch the Riverton game, you saw it there. But I think that'd be the biggest key for today.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you for your time. We'll talk to you after.
All right, thank you.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give them a call at 307-332-7184.
Wyoming knows hard work. And at Fremont Chevrolet GMC, we know Wyoming. Here, things are just built to last. Over the last 8 decades, we've had one priority: to serve the people of Wyoming. We are dependable. We are your neighbor. We are Wyoming. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton today.
National anthem being sung as we're just starting lineups away from tipping this game off between the away team today and the Lady Tigers, who are going to be dressed in their all-green uniforms, black numbers, black letters, later across the chest with the white accent. The Lady Wranglers are going to be in their home white with the green numbers and letters trimmed in orange. Let's start with the Lady Tigers, who are going to be announced first as the starters. It does look like this. It will start with number 2, Kendall McFadden, the junior, followed by junior Zoe Mulholland at number 13. Number 24 is Kiara Friday. She'll be followed by the sophomore Hayden Goggles, and number 50, Adeline Anderson for the Lady Tigers. For the Lady Wranglers, it will look like this. Number 13, Gabrielle Rogers. She'll be followed by Alexis White. Number 21. Number 23, like we mentioned, the player to look out for, Elin Bowers. She'll be followed by number 31, May McGuire, and number 33 is Erica Wilson. They got the Chicago Bulls starting song. I like that. I like this atmosphere just in general, Matt. Probably one of my favorite places to go. They kind of have that they have the old-fashioned Wyoming Cowboy court they used to have, where they stayed just a steamboat fucking cowboy, and Chicago Bulls, it's kind of the best way to do it, I guess.
It makes high school sports a blast when you get in this kind of environment and get to watch some good games.
Yeah, again, we expect a pretty good game here. Again, the starters getting announces for the Lady Wranglers. Again, Lander in their away green, Pinedale in their home white. In the scoreboard, you're going to see Lander is going to have their secondary color in their label. As Elin Bowers just got announced, and now it's May McGuire and Erica Wilson. Lander waiting to get things started, and this is the first of 2 games. We're about 5 minutes behind, and we're already got to scramble for some swagger. And that's, of course, the student section that gets in all of that. And Adeline Anderson going to step in the center circle, matched up by May McGuire. It is the first quarter, and a big thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply for their pregame sponsor. Your scoreboard tonight brought to you by Fremont Chevrolet. Yeah, we are underway here. It is going to be controlled by the Lady Wranglers to start things off, as Elin did get the opening tip. Swinging off to Claire, or excuse me, it's White, as they'll go out of bounds. Elin last touched it. Lady Tigers will get the basketball for their first offensive possession.
And that's the kind of start you want for Lander. Get that turnover and set the tempo.
Yeah, just like that, Pinedale with their first turnover and getting a little bit of pressure. They're bringing it again. Mulholland will swing it to Friday right side. We'll try to go baseline. Loses the basketball for a moment at the arc. Got to watch out. She stepped out of bounds, but the foul occurs first, and Erica Wilson kind of shocked about that call.
Yeah, I don't think she agreed, but there was definitely contact there.
Yeah, a little bit of contact. There was really good defense, but maybe just that slight contact right at the end here, as Goggles will inbound it, approaching 30 seconds in quarter number one. Friday will sprint to the left side and give it off to Goggles. Inside pass now to Anderson, back out McFadden. McFadden now to Goggles. Lady Tigers just kind of swinging things right now as Pinedale runs man-to-man. Pass out Mulholland, and Mulholland will travel with it. So both teams going to start off with an early turnover.
Yeah, they got those jitteries, nerve jitters start the game, and probably take a few minutes to kind of get going for both teams.
Yeah, both teams, I mean, you have that mindset going in. You can win every game, but this is one that could go either way. Bowers will hand off now to Wilson. Top of the arc, takes a three after a couple of dribbles and will hit nothing but net on that one. And Erica Wilson on the board for the Lady Wranglers as they take a 3-0 lead. Goggles to Friday now as pressure again she gets from the Lady Wranglers. Had 3 Lady Wranglers on them. Could have probably got away there with a double dribble. Goggles drive in, deflected by Bowers. Out of bounds, stays with the Lady Tigers.
That was a good defense. Actually, Goggles had the advantage driving to the basket, and Bowers made up the difference and blocked that.
Yeah, recovered there. Here's a pass now. Friday. Give it off to McFadden. Top of the arc. As again, Pinedale still running man-to-man defense. Mulholland thought about a three, now drives in, stop, pass out Goggles. Top of the arc inside now to Anderson. Back out Friday. Friday going to take a long two, and that will go in and good.
That's a good sign, getting her going early on as well.
Makes it 3-2. Pinedale with a 1-point advantage early on. Wilson drive in right side around everybody and will underhand that one in and good. She has all 5 points to start this one off for Pinedale.
She's probably not the main scorer that Lander was thinking about, but I'm sure Pinedale is going to take every point they can get.
Yeah, Pinedale will ask for everything. Long pass. Anderson gets it in the move. She misses the shot, gets the rebound, put back, and one.
I guess if you're going to miss the shot, get your own rebound, pad your stats a little bit, and make the follow-up. That's a good hustle by Anderson.
Yeah, well, nice pass there by Goggles. I mean, almost could have turned that. That was a 50-50 ball if you think about it in football terms, as Anderson
exactly
at the line to tie this game up. She will, and we are tied at 5s after the 3-point play. It makes it 5-all, 2 minutes into this ball game. Elin will bring it up for the Lady Wranglers. Will go right side now left. Drives in up the middle. Underhand scoop is going to be off the mark. Goggles will corral the rebound and will take a high pass off to Anderson. McFadden pump fake three. Bounce pass it off to Goggles. Drives in. Back out Mulholland. Swing it to Friday on that right side. Now they'll go left side to McFadden. Trying to get something going here as McFadden will cross over, drive in right side, and a little off kilter on that shot, and it's Bowers who comes up with the rebound. Wilson, 2 is going to be off to the right iron. Rebounded, though, does go to the Lady Wranglers from White. Bowers, 3 is off the mark, and we're going to have a push on Pinedale, and something you're going to have to avoid, Matt, the second chance opportunities. Luckily, Lander sees no points are counted for.
Yeah, that was a good block out by Zoe Mulholland, because they were either going to call the travel or the foul, and she did definitely get pushed.
So Lander getting a couple of fouls against him. Pinedale already with 3 fouls on the team. Lander's got 0. So we could possibly see bonus early on in this one as Mulholland gets trapped and was looking for Friday. Rolls out of bounds, and the FAR official will say it's Pinedale basketball, and Lander will account for their second turnover.
Yeah, this is so far good defense on both sides, and that's kind of what I think we thought we might see is who's going to win this defensive battle.
Right now, I'd say it's all evened up on the defensive side. Wilson, left side, will drive in, step back. Does pick up her dribbles. Goggles will match up with her. Both teams playing man-to-man to start this one off. Approaching 4:40 to play. Bowers mid-range 2 is up and good.
Yeah, I like the fact, though, that they have McFadden guarding Bowers because she's one of our better defenders, and she just got screened out on that play, but that's going to be a good matchup to watch.
Leonard does break the two-front press. Friday will drive in. Kiera Friday will knock it in, and she's got 4 in the ball game.
I tell you what, she's definitely taking it to the basket. That's a good sign for Lander right now for their offense.
Yeah, not really settling for anything, looking for the right shot.
Yep.
Bowers will swing it to the right side. Wilson will try to drive in, going left. Back out Bowers. Here's the drive in, and McFadden will pick up the foul. That'll be her first. It is the team first, and that's going to be a tough assignment tonight for Kendall McFadden.
Yeah, Bowers is, as you're watching so far, she goes both hands just like it's natural, so that's going to be a tough matchup.
Well, here's the set of 3. I think they were trying to get a screen, but falling down on the ground was Maddie Hawk, who checked in, but Bowers will knock in the 2, and Pinedale back up by 2. It's been a high lead of just 3 so far. Leonard has not had a lead yet. They have just tied things up as Goggles, right side, was looking for Anderson. Now bounce pass it in, back to Goggles. Floater for 2 is going to be off the front iron, and rebound will go to White. And here's a chance for Pinedale to extend that lead. Bowers now right side. She's going to get the screen from Hawk. Swing it around the arc. Another good screen there, and that's going to be a foul, and Anderson will pick it up. And right now the screens are kind of something to look out for. They're kind of pretty hard, tough screens.
They are definitely setting tough screens, and this Pinedale, I don't know, it seems like almost all their players are good at driving to the basket, and even though Anderson did block that, she did get her with the body.
Yeah, so Pinedale at the line for the first opportunities here. Is the first one it's in, as Erica Wilson is at the line to shoot a pair.
And I don't know what Wilson's average is on the year, but she's definitely been one of their top scorers so far in this game.
Yeah, Wilson, I have her for 6 points, so she has 6 of the 10. And that will stay as the case as Mulholland will get the rebound off the missed shot. Long pass, McFadden. Pinedale able to get back. Georgia Chance, who just checked in, will launch a 3 off the mark. McFadden with the rebound. Back to Chance, and lots happening, and Mulholland is going to travel with it. And I don't think they were trying to reset the offense, and Mulholland just kind of took that extra step there.
Yeah, those again, some of those jitters, got to get those out, but
stay at 10-7. Under 3 to play here in quarter number 1. Wyatt Barichka, Matt Meyer here on the County 10 Sports Network as Lander playing just their second conference game. Bowers left side. Well, cross-court pass that off to Rogers. She'll drive in and she'll be fouled and shoot a pair again.
They're definitely making Lander play defense, and you know the problem you're going to run into is that if Lander doesn't get position, there's going to be a lot of fouls in this game.
Yep, and first free throws here for Rogers, looking for her first point. She'll be off the mark on the first one. Rogers on this season for this Lady Wrangler team. She averages about 65% from the line. Entering this contest is she'll make the second, makes it a 2-possession game, and Pinedale going to bring the pressures. Anderson going to drive it all the way to the left side, back to Goggles, and they will break that 10-second count. Nice job by Lander to break the press. Here's Mulholland on that right side, and Goggles will bounce pass it off to Anderson. Anderson drives in, tries to make a move. She'll put up the shot, and Goggles with the rebound, put him in. I thought I heard a little quiet whistle right there.
I did too, yeah. It was good follow-up by Goggles to be there in the right position.
Yeah, right place at the right time. That makes it back to a 2-point game here, 11-9. Pinedale has had the lead the entire time. Chances trying to poke it away, and Pinedale will keep the possession. Bowers top. Gets the screen. McFadden able to get around that. They'll hand it off now to White. In the paint, back out now. Bowers going to take a 3 from the top of the arc and will get it in and good as Bowers has has now 7 in the contest.
And she does not hesitate to shoot the ball and got nice form. She's definitely a player out there.
Yeah, Lander had a chance to maybe get an easy shot, but Pinedale closed in on a high arcing pass. McFadden was the intended player to receive that, and they'll turn it over. A couple Lady Tigers will check in. Kiara Friday checks back in. First time we're seeing tonight Sandra St. Clair for the Lady Tigers.
It's going to be key, too, the subs coming in, giving the starters a break, because it's going to be a lot of hard defensive effort out there required.
Bowers right side. They'll kick it back out as they'll swing it around the arc. Looking inside for Rogers in the paint, matched up by St. Clair. Shots off the mark. Bowers will get the rebound, and we're going to get a foul on the ground first, and I think Lander's probably lucky that it's not on the shot. That could have probably gone either way with 1:15 to play.
Yep.
Going to give the foul off to St. Clair, so she comes immediately into the game and picks up a foul. Inbound to Wilson. They're going to swing it to Rogers. Launch the three. Low arcing three will go in and good. And it seems like Pinedale really can't miss from beyond the arc right now.
Yeah, they're definitely in a zone right now as far as making these shots. And Landers just got to weather this storm.
Yeah, I know Drew Powell was mentioning kind of eliminating these opportunities from beyond the arc. His Jets thought about a three a couple of times. We're at 49 seconds to play. It's 17-9 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Inside pass to Anderson. And she was looking for St. Clair, and that will be a backcourt violation. And that's another turnover by Lander. They had 6 turnovers in this first quarter.
I know when I talked with Drew Powell, he had mentioned he thought they had an advantage inside, but right now Pinedale's really matching up with Anderson physically pretty well right now.
35 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Lady Wranglers up as you're tuned in live on County 10. Shot is off the mark there by White as Friday was looking to crowd the rebound, and I think they're going to get Pinedale off of a push, as that it does appear to be the case, and Maddie Hawk will pick up the foul.
Yeah, that was just, again, good block out by Lander, and good job to go for that ball and not let Pinedale get that.
So McFadden will bring it up. 25 seconds to play here. Good hold for the final shot. They elect to. Here's the inside pass, and St. Clair is not able to get that pass off to McFadden, and now Pinedale will have a chance to hold it for the final shot. The officials are conferring about something. I wonder if they maybe had a discussion if somebody maybe tipped it.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
At least from our vantage point, that was not what I saw, but there's Bowers right side. That was a high arcing pass as well. Rogers will swing it off now to Wilson. Here's a shot right at the buzzer. Rolls off Friday with the rebound, and that will end the first quarter of play as the Lady Tigers down in this one. It's 17-9 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. We'll step aside for a 60-second timeout. We'll be back second quarter action right after this on the County 10 Sports Network.
10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton. You're tuned to Lander Lady Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Second quarter, Wyatt Barichka, Matt Myers here on the County 10 Sports Network. 17-9 Lady Tigers with the basketball to start the second quarter of play. Lander is led by Friday with 4 points in the contest so far. St. Clair will look for the pass inside, and that's going to be a foul, and I think Goggles was not anticipating that pass right there. And
yeah. Like we said during the break, Landers has got to up their intensity a little bit as Pinedale's come out and just really playing hard-nosed defense.
Here's Friday. We'll swing it to St. Clair, now to McFadden. Goggles, get the pump fake, tries to drive in. We'll put a floater inside the paint. Takes a moment around the iron and will drop.
Left-hand shot at that. Good job.
Cuts the lead down to 6-4, the Lady Wranglers. And Goggles has 4 points in the contest, has a team high, and we're going to get a foul first. And they're going to say foul on the ground, and one official will overrule the other, and I think they had the same foul, maybe just depending on where they had it. Foul goes against Goggles, so that will be her first time out, and Pinedale will turn it over, give the Lady Tigers the basketball back.
Yeah, it was good defense by Lander, and they just got to keep playing good defense, and this game is definitely within reach.
St. Clair right side. And she will now bring it inside the paint, try to drive in there. Back out to McFadden, swing it to Goggles. Mulholland, top of the arc, back to McFadden. She'll bring it to the top of the arc, now we'll spin. Back up on that staying steam but Cowboy is Friday, drives in, that's good, and she's gotten all of her shots in the side of the arc. She's only had one really shot that's been far along too, and that makes it now a 4-point game here. Rogers drives in, can't respond, and it will be Friday with the rebound, and here's a chance to cut the lead to 2. McFadden will drive in, she'll be fouled, and I didn't say if it was on the shot. We'll see there, and they will say it's on the shot.
Yeah, that was a good drive by McFadden, and again, that's what Lander did really good on Tuesday night. They got that rebound, and they got that outlet, and got down the court fast.
Yeah, foul will go against Wilson. McFadden at the line to shoot a pair. First one is going to be off the mark. Yeah, Central Wyoming basketball is in action right now. It is 18-12. LCCC is up. John Gabrielson has got the call. McFadden's second free throw. That one's off the mark. Rogers will get the rebound. Pushing the base, drives in left side, put up shot, fouled, and they are going to count the bucket.
That's a tough call because Goggles had position. She went straight up, but that's smart on Bowers because she drew the foul and brings that contact.
Yeah, so a chance for a free three-point play here. Goggles just picked up her second foul, and Bauer is at the line to convert this three-point play. It is 19-13, a chance to make it 20-13. Shot is off the mark. Rebound will go to Friday. Give the long pass to McFadden. As Brenna Lincoln is in the ball game for the first time. McFadden kick out St. Clair. She's just take a catch and shoot three off the mark. Friday tries to crowd the rebound. Stays with Lander as it's left touch there by Maddie Hawk.
That was good hustle underneath by the Tigers to keep that ball in their possession.
Tigers still looking for their first three-pointer of the ball game. Inside pass to Friday off the out of bounds. Drives it in the paint side, and we're going to get another foul on Pinedale.
I think that is key if Lander wants to stay in this game, is just keep driving to the basket, get those fouls, get their scorers in foul trouble, and even this out.
Alexis White will pick up the foul. McFadden will again inbound, and we'll just launch that one to St. Clair, and we'll get this offense set up. St. Clair kick out McFadden, top of the arc, approaching 6 minutes to go in this second quarter of action. There's St. Clair will drive in baseline, pass off Friday. That's a nice pass, foul, and another three-point play.
Boy, that was a good drive by, I think it was, trying to think who that was that drove to the basket. But
St. Clair, yeah.
St. Clair, yeah, nice pass. Good interior passing by the Tigers.
And that was kind of a little off in front of Friday as she looks to convert the three-point play. It is going to be off the mark, and we're still at a 4-point game here. As Bowers will hand it off now, try to get White to drive into the paint as Lincoln almost crowds it for a steal, can't do so. White trying to kick it out, and should be three in the key, and it gives Pinedale another turnover. And
yeah, I was wondering how many seconds they were going to give her in there.
Kind of seeing Pinedale kind of run a similar type play, and they try to go in the paint and then either kick it out or try to finish it off.
Yep.
St. Clair will look for Mulholland, who looks to drive in, kick out Lincoln. Pass back out to Mulholland on the right corner. Staying at a 4-point game. Friday backs up, puts up the shot. It's off the mark, and Pinedale will try to push the pace with Bowers. Bowers go give it off Rogers. Long three. That's off the mark as Lincoln is trying to box all the way out and didn't even try to go for the rebound, and Lander will get the basketball either way.
Yeah, and what is she, like 5'2", and she's blocking out a girl that's probably 6 inches taller and did a great job.
And that's going to be last touch by Pinedale. That didn't even look like it touched anybody, but Lady Tigers will just inbound it from the other side. 5:08 to play, 19-15 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Mulholland will inbound to Lincoln, back to Mulholland to get it over the timeline. They do. Here's a pass to St. Clair. Here's a 2, and that will knock it in, cut the lead to a 1 possession.
And Wyatt, what we're seeing right now is lots of players for Lander scoring, which is a good sign.
Yeah, good sign to see there. If you're a Lander fan right now, your score in the second quarter, Lander 8, Pinedale 2. Bowers will try to change that with that shot. That's off the mark. Put up shot, and another 3-point play is good for Pinedale as they're going to go to the line. It's Alexis White.
Yeah, it's one of those second chance shots that Coach Powell had said they've got to keep Pinedale from doing, and looks like Anderson's coming back in to maybe help out underneath with the boards.
Mulholland's going to check out as Alan Anderson will check back in, and Pinedale also going to make a sub. So a chance to make this back to a 5-point game for Alexis White, who just got her first score, and she will convert the 3-point play. Makes it a 5-point game with 4:42 to play in the first half. McFadden will look to create some room as he'll give it off to St. Clair. Matched up by Rogers. Pass to Friday, right side. And she'll bring it up to Lincoln. Lincoln now. Back to St. Clair, right corner. Inside to Anderson. She'll spin around, pull up for 2. That's off the mark, and there'll be a foul on the play, and I believe that's going to go against Friday, and that will be the case.
Yeah. I thought I saw her kind of go over the back, and then at first I thought they were going to call it on Pinedale, but that was the correct call.
Friday just picks up her first. It is the team's 4, so both teams now with 4 team fouls in this second quarter. 5 will create the 2 free throw bonus. We're now halfway is handled there, but it stays on Pinedale's side. Bowers right side. We'll try to go left now. Handoff now to Wilson. Wilson will pass it out. Rogers left side this time. Underhand scoop and score. That was a long underhand score for Gabrielle Rogers.
Yeah, and they like to screen and cut to the basket, every one of them.
Makes this back a 7-point game. Biggest lead's been 8 so far for Pinedale. St. Clair looking for Friday on the backdoor cut. Shots up, shots good. Kiara Friday with 10 points already for the Lady Tigers, leading scorer in this ball game. Rogers will back out to the 3. Handoff now to Wilson. Will step back, thought about a 3. Back to Rogers, right side. And she will back up. 24-19 on your Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Pinedale leads. Here's the drive now by Wilson. Underhand shot again. It's a left side underhand scoop and score for Pinedale again.
Yeah, they're getting some nice bounces to go with that, but that drive to the basket is, and I think what they're going to do, White, is if they close that down, they're going to dish it back out for the 3, but they don't have to at this point.
Yeah, Kiera Lincoln checks in for Lander as there's a kickball violation on Pinedale. Stay at 26-19. Shot from Anderson is up and good, and that's her 5th point of the ball game.
And that's that mismatch Coach was talking about earlier.
Rogers, jump stop to Bowers left side. There's that screen again. Bowers going to drive in left, shots up, and we're going to get 2 free throws again. And that will put Pinedale in the bonus for the remaining 2:16.
Yeah, Wyatt, I was looking at the numbers there, and I couldn't figure out I couldn't find a couple of the players, and I realized I was looking at the men's roster, so it helps to have the right one. But this Bowers girl is, obviously we're announcing for Lander. She's a fun player to watch, and you appreciate talent no matter who's playing, and she's definitely a good player.
Yeah, she is now the second player to hit double-digit figures tonight by either team, as she'll knock in 2 of 2 on that trip, back to a 7-point game, and she's already got half of her average tonight so far. Lincoln will drive in, back out Lincoln. Is Kira Lincoln. Both Lincolns are out there for Lander. Friday, jump stop, pull up from the backboard is good.
And I think she said bank, but the bank is open whether she did or not.
Yeah, either way, it cuts the lead down to 5, and that's kind of been the stretch so far in this one. It's been basically Pinedale getting the 7-point advantage. Bowers drives in, shots off the mark. And Anderson will pick up the rebound as Lincoln trying to give it off to Kira Lincoln now. Get it over the timeline. And Lincoln kick out McFadden. Squares up for the 3, a couple of pump fakes. Back to Brennan Lincoln inside for Anderson, and we're going to get the over and back foul, or the reach-in foul, and that one will go against May McGuire.
Yeah, that, if they can get that ball into Anderson, that's going to open up a lot of things. And again, the foul shot opportunity coming up. So,
and that puts Lander now in the bonus for the first time tonight with 92 seconds left to go. Anderson's first free throw is good.
She always has shot a nice free throw. I mean, has that nice touch for the tall girl, and you like to see that in your center.
Yeah, second free throw coming up for Adeline Anderson. Averages about 53% from the line this season. Will knock in both. Makes it a 3-point game. Approaching 1:30 left. Bowers in that center circle, and that's going to be a foul on McFadden, and that will put Bowers at the line. And Georgia Chance is going to get ready to check back in.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I thought that was McFadden's 3rd foul, but I guess they're saying 2nd foul. So
yeah, I got her for 2 fouls at the moment. Bowers was just 2 of 2 from the line moments ago. Will make that now 3 of 3. Pinedale so far is 6 of 9 for the charity stripe as a team. Mulholland's going to check in right now, and yeah, 2 Lady Tigers with 2 fouls. Hayden Goggles and Kendall McFadden right now. Pinedale, Maddie Hawk has got 3 fouls. Is the second free throw off the mark. Anderson will come up with the rebound, and chance for Lander to cut this either to a 1 or 2 point game here. Lincoln will drive in, lose the basketball for a moment, does pick it back up, kick out Chance 3, left corner, is going to roll off to the right side. Lincoln with the rebound, has the shot. That one's also off the mark, so a couple of opportunities, and Lander can't come up with a shot. Bowers 3 right off the bat, that's going to be off. Rogers will get the catch and shoot rebound 3, that one's also off, and Pinedale another opportunity.
That's a killer when you get those 2 offensive rebounds for Lander, as far as Pinedale goes, because they're missing 3-point shots, and you want to stop them out there.
Bowers inside 2 is up and good, and Bowers has got 14. As Lander still has outscored the Lady Wranglers right now, but Pinedale keeps that 6-point lead inside. Anderson tries to make a move, back out to Kira Lincoln, 3 right side, off the mark. Mulholland looks to crowd the rebound, and Rollins is saying that was last touch by Pinedale, and they'll change the call to Pinedale basketball.
Tough break there for the Tigers. They had the open look. You just hope they start hitting those shots, because this is still a very close game.
Yeah, 6-point game. 10 seconds to go. Pinedale probably electing to hold up for the final shot. Rogers drive in, pass out Wilson, 3 high, long 3 is good. And Pinedale will end it, scoring 17 points in this second quarter of play. It's actually a 1-point difference. It was 17-16 in this second quarter, and Pinedale will take a 34-25 lead. We'll step aside for an extended timeout. We'll have the Buckle Up for Life halftime show coming up. You're tuned in to Lander Valley basketball right here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Campbell's is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton, or shop online anytime at fremontmotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
See Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison.
Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro?
You're the one that needs help.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Rhoda Moore. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Read all about Fremont County Athletics at county10.com.
We approach the halftime mark here in the girls varsity game. As you're seeing the boys warm up, they'll play after the conclusion of the girls game. This is the Buckle Up for Life halftime show presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. Whiteout wants to remind you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Right now your score, Pinedale 34, Lander 25, and Pinedale just kind of had that stretch of just creating shots and making threes, Matt, in this one. And right now, I mean, the score is 9 points, but this game has kind of been that 3 to 7 point margin for most of this contest.
Yeah, in that second quarter, if Pinedale had, I'm going to say, probably 2 or 3 possessions where they got extra offensive rebounds and then hit a basket or a three, and you take those away, and this game it's a close game. And so I think if Lander can come out and somehow shut down those second chance points, they're going to get right back in this. But the last thing they have to keep from happening is Pinedale starting that third quarter on a run here at home.
Yeah, let's take a look at some overall stats for these two teams right now. We'll start with the Lady Wranglers. They've converted on 12 shots from the field. They have scored 4 3-pointers in that contest, and right now that's kind of been the difference because Lander hasn't been able to make a 3-pointer in the contest so far. Free throws look like this. Lander 3 of 6 from the charity stripe. Pinedale 6 of 10 from the charity stripe in this one. We've only had 2 ties, and the turnover ratio right now is 3-1. Lander has 6 turnovers in the contest. Pinedale, I have for 3 turnovers in this ball game. So turnovers too, they can create extra points, and right now Pinedale has taken advantage on some of those turnovers.
They have. At the same time, watching Lander from earlier in the season, they're doing a far better job of breaking presses. Some of it's just maybe a little bit of nervousness, a player cutting the wrong way, the pass goes out of bounds. But my concern would be, how did they handle that press? And I don't recall Pinedale getting a turnover on the press. It was more down at the offensive side. So that's been a good sign. They just got to clean up a few things on the defensive side, and I think they'll be fine. Yeah, and we'll take another time out as, again, boys are still warming up here. We'll get some point numbers and also your Student of the Week presented by Wyoming Catholic College. This is Lady Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
County 10 is your
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, Lander, Wyoming. Wyberichka, Matt Myers with you here on the County 10 Sports Network. Let's take a look at some individual points right now. And Matt, you got two Lady Wranglers with double-digit figures. Elin Bowers with 14. She has scored 7 in each quarter. And then you also have Erica Wilson with 11 points. Alexis White has 3 points. So you have 4 Lady Wranglers. Gabrielle Rogers with 6 points in the contest. So just 4 Lady Wranglers have scored in this ball game, but they've gotten the points to get the leads.
And they're the ones doing the damage, and this Pinedale offense is definitely like you mentioned earlier, they set tough screens and they cut hard to the basket, and if you're not in front of them, they're going to draw the foul. And so they're you can tell, very disciplined and well coached in how they run their offense.
Yeah, let's take a look at Lander. They also have 4 in scoring figures tonight. It's led by Kiara Friday with 12 points. She got 6 of them. Or excuse me, I apologize. She's got 8 in that second quarter, which were big 8. Those were big 8 points. That's half of what Lander scored in the second quarter. Sandra St. Clair's got a bucket. Hayden Goggles with 4 points in the contest. And Adeline Anderson right now, currently, I have her for 7 points and unofficially 3 rebounds in the contest so far. So Lander scored. They just got to get some more opportunities and can't have one and done possessions if it becomes the case.
Right. Yeah, and again, so Lander, they're having the offensive points spread out amongst those 4 players, which is a good sign. And again, I think what Coach Powell said before the game, the defense is going to be a key factor. And if they can stop those penetrations on offense by Pinedale, they're going to get right back in this game. If they can't, well, we could be seeing more of what we saw in that first half.
Yeah, right now, the lead has not been more than 9 points, which was moments ago when Pinedale was able to get that last score right around the buzzer. And right now, let's take a look at your Student of the Week on County10.com. It's presented by Wyoming Catholic College. They are proud to cheer on our local athletes. Your dedication on and off the field is admirable. Find us online at wyomingcatholic.edu. Your Student of the Week this week goes to Willow Wells. She was nominated as the Student of the Week. This week, she participates in drumline, musical, and play. She has received academic letters and the Maple Scholarship. It's a $100,000 scholarship from Lewis and Clark. That is a heck of a scholarship. Congratulations to her. After high school, she plans to attend Lewis and Clark College in Portland, Oregon to pursue and travel as a writer and musician. That is your Student of the Week presented by Wyoming Catholic College. You can always check out all of the Fremont County School Student of the Weeks by going to County10.com. 90 seconds left of this intermission. We'll take that final 1-minute timeout. This is Lady Tiger Basketball here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
This is Lander Valley Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
This is LVHS Basketball. Wyatt Barichka, Matt Myers with you here on the County 10 Sports Network. Second half, final 16 minutes of this ball game approaching. A big thanks to Buckle Up for Life Wyoming for their halftime sponsorship, as well as all of our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. Again, third quarter starts. It will be Pinedale basketball to start the third quarter, 34-25, your halftime score. Starters look all the same for us here, and we are underway in the second half. Bowers did get the inbound pass. We'll hand it off to Rogers from the left side, gets the screen, and we'll just kind of hand it around the arc right now. Here's a drive in from Wilson. Back out Bowers, gets the screen, drives in, elbow shot for two, off the mark. It goes in the hands of Mulholland.
That's a good one and done for Lander as far as on defense, getting that rebound and getting back down the court.
Goggles will stand way behind the arc. She'll give it off to McFadden, left side, 30 seconds into this one. McFadden to Anderson, and she'll drive in, pull up, or no, give it off to Friday, and she can't corral the pass, and Lander will turn it over for the seventh time tonight.
That might have been a shot that Anderson probably should have taken, but had Friday cutting underneath wide open, so.
Here's Bowers now. Again, just kind of just screen and handing off and driving in if you have the shot. Bowers going to elect to take a shot from three. That one's off. McFadden will grab it and will bring it up court for the Lady Tigers. She'll give it off Friday, hand it off to Goggles, right side, drives in, has a shot, she's fouled, and will miss the shot barely as it goes right side rim, front iron off.
Thought that was going to go down. That was a good drive by Goggles, and for just a sophomore, we're talking about the Pinedale players as juniors, but Goggles, as a sophomore, has great court sense and knows when to drive, and great all-around player.
Yeah, two sophomores start for these Lady Tigers. Hayden Goggles, one of them, is she'll miss the first free throw. Adeline Anderson, the other starter for Lander as a sophomore. I appreciate all of you who are tuning in on the radio side or on our stream, as Goggles will convert on the second one. First score of this second half will go for Lander. McFadden is able to corral it, fight for the basketball. Goggles will finally get control, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Pinedale, and Pinedale was in disbelief on that one.
I don't think she liked that call, but I think that was the right call. She was still not quite in position defensively, but
we'll give Wilson her third foul, and now we'll go to the bench. Checking in for the Lady Wranglers is Claire Thornoff, and Lander will get an extra possession here. Inside pass to Anderson, and a Lady Wrangler right behind her. She'll kick it out. McFadden, pump fake, bounce pass to Goggles. She'll drive in, left side, shot is off, and that will be off the mark, and rebound will go to Thornoff.
Both teams trying to find their way here in this third quarter.
As Anderson will come up with the basketball, and that's a turnover by the Lady Wranglers, and Lander's giving Pinedale just one and done possessions, but they got to get some scores on the other side. Here's a kick out Friday, long two. It'll be short, and another empty possession for Lander.
They're getting the shots they want and stops on defense. They just got to capitalize here.
Bowers, two is good.
And that's what you don't want to see is Bowers getting going here in the third quarter.
As McFadden's going to bring it up, she's got to take it over the court. The officials did not stop for Goggles to tie her shoe, as now she'll finally cross the half-court stripe. McFadden will give it off for Goggles. It's going to be poked out by Pinedale, and it's going to be Thornoff who gets it. Give it off to Bowers. Pass inside as Friday will smack it out of bounds.
Good hustle on Friday to come back and get that. That would have been a layup by Pinedale had she not knocked that out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, Pinedale still has it, but you give up the easy score. You got to make them work for their shot this go around. Inbound, Rogers now will bring it up, swing it to Bowers, but Friday is in the lane. She'll bring it up, pass it off to Goggles, drive in, was looking for McFadden. Here's Friday. She'll take it all long too. That's off the mark. Anderson can't corral the rebound, and Bowers will come up with it. Nice pass there to Thornoff, and that's good. And I don't think you could have asked for a better pass there from Elin Bowers.
Yes, it was. Lander's got to be careful here. That lead doesn't get too far out of him, in front of him.
Yeah, that is now a 12-point lead for Pinedale as Lander's able to get it in.
Good pass by Anderson to Mulholland there. Give and go.
Makes it back to a 10-point game here, 38-28. As Bowers will give it off now. Rogers, top of the arc, will drive in right side, and we'll get the foul call, and she'll go line and shoot two. Anderson saying, I kept my cylinder intact.
I'm not sure how that is on Anderson. Let's see what they call it.
We'll wait for the scoreboard.
Okay, looks like that's on Goggles.
Well, they will give it to...
I was going to say Anderson didn't look like she touched her. She went straight up, but...
They still haven't changed. They will finally change the scoreboard. So Goggles now facing a little bit of foul trouble with 3 personal fouls, and Georgia Chance will check in for Goggles as the first free throw was up and good.
And that's not a good sign for the Tigers, as Goggles is one of their main ball carriers and generals on the court.
Both free throws are good. It's back to a 12-point game for Pinedale. Here's the give and go for Chance. She'll pass it off to Mulholland on the right side. Mulholland inside to Anderson. Back out Mulholland. Pump fake the shot. He'll give it off Chance. Chance will swing it off to McFadden. McFadden's going to give it off to Chance. Nice pass. The shot is off, and a fight for the basketball will finally give it to Alexis White, and that was a missed opportunity there. That was a nice play, though, as Friday falls down to the ground. She's holding her ankle, and she is able to get up, and you hope she's all right, and trying to walk it off. St. Clair will check in for Friday.
Hopefully she can walk that off. I noticed on defense, Pinedale's doubling down on Anderson, and they're basically saying somebody else is going to have to hit these shots, and right now the Tigers, somebody's going to have to step up.
Well, somebody's going to have to block Bowers as Bowers makes the three, and Bowers right now is 1 point away from 20 points in this ball game.
Yeah, and she's one that you can shut her down for a while, and then she starts getting hot again.
St. Clair to Mulholland. Mulholland is looking for Anderson, and yes, you do see Pinedale kind of doubling up, and Anderson will make that one go in, and Pinedale is up by 12 again. Shots off the mark. As I have 43-30, and I know the scoreboard online says 42-30, but the shot is off for Pinedale. I'll have to see who I gave an extra point to. St. Clair loses control of the basketball, and that's going to be a turnover by Lander, and that's a tough one if you're Sandra St. Clair and immediately knew that.
Yeah, those are tough. It's unforced errors like that, and you just kind of take your eye off the ball for just a second and you lose it.
So the scoreboard did get fixed to 43, so my stat sheet was right for once, at least on the scoreboard side.
There you go.
Under 3 to play. Rogers, top of the arc. 3 is also good. Back-to-back threes for the Lady Wranglers, and they're kind of starting to pull this game away here late in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've got 3 players that are definitely good 3-point shooters.
That puts Rogers now in double-digit figures. Third Lady Wrangler tonight. McFadden drives in, shots off, but she will be fouled first. And that was in the act of shooting, so that will put McFadden at the line, who went 0 of 2 in the second quarter.
And I'll tell you, McFadden is a defensive specialist, but she has that quickness, and she gets that confidence. She can go to the basket pretty much any time she wants. But again, got to get that confidence to hit a few shots, and that was just a nice drive there by her.
Yeah, first free throw was off the mark for McFadden. Second free throw hits back iron. Mulholland able to get it to Anderson. Put up 2. That's going to be off the mark. And even with the second chance, they weren't able to get any scoring in there. And Pinedale will come back up with a 16-point lead. Bowers is matched up by McFadden. Lady Tigers still running man-to-man defense. Kiera Lincoln is also in the ball game. Anderson tried to alter the shot, and Bowers will be fouled to go to the line.
That was a clever play by Bowers, too, because she hung onto that ball. She went up and then pulled it back down because she was going to get blocked and drew the foul. That's a veteran-savvy play.
Yeah, Anderson is the one who gets credited for the foul. Her second foul personally. It is the team's second. Bauer will make the first free throw. And that will give her the 20-point game.
Well, you can see why she leads the state, too, in scoring. All-around good player.
Yeah, second free throw is also in, so Pinedale gets a 2-for-2 trip. They're 10 of 14 from the line. Tonight, Chance will pick up the dribble, pass inside to McFadden. Matched up there by Rogers. Pinedale also running man-to-man defense. McFadden, long arcing pass, was trying to get Anderson on the move and couldn't do so, and turned over by Lander.
It's a nice thought, just a little too much on the pass.
Rogers threes, miss. Mulholland will try to crowd the rebound, and two Lady Wranglers were also there. Possession arrow will go to the Lady Tigers, and we're going to finally see our first time out of the ball game, and it's taken by Pinedale. It's going to be a full timeout. We will take a 60-second timeout as well, as you're tuned in to Lady Tiger basketball on the County 10 Sports Network. Pinedale 48, Lander 30.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it is for a one-time use or event. That is why they offer tools, equipment, and party supply rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Centers, 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Welcome to High Country Hearing Centers, your source for superior hearing healthcare. We've been supporting Wyoming families since 1979, and we're proud to be a part of your community. We believe in the importance of hearing health for every aspect of your life, including your favorite sports. With our help, you'll hear every cheer from the stands and never miss a play. Visit us for a free hearing test and consultation. High Country Hearing Centers, serving Wyoming families.
Back here on KOVE 1338 and 107.7 FM as Pinedale did take their first time out. They're down to 4. Lander has all 5 here with 1:40 to play here. McFadden will give it off to Chance. Right side to now Kira Lincoln. Pass off now to Friday. So good to see Kira Friday is back into the ball game after looked like she was holding her ankle. Friday drives in. Pass off Anderson. Can't corral the basketball though. McFadden, luckily she was there for Lander to pick it up. Anderson will drive in baseline, kick out McFadden. That will be a backcourt violation, and that will turn it over for Lander.
Yeah, that's a tough play. Anderson had the ball down on the wing. Probably should have just shot right there instead of driving. She drove baseline, and 3 Pinedale Wranglers, later Wranglers, just converged on her. They're definitely trying to stop her.
So we're at the final 67 seconds in this third quarter. Friday will poke it away for the steal. She's got one behind. She'll put the layup up and good. As that is Friday's first score of the quarter. Timeout, I believe, was taken by head coach Drew Powell, and he's going to take a 30-second. We'll just keep it right here for you guys as well. Give a big thanks to Northside Auto Body Shop. They are proud to support local athletes across Fremont County. Give Northside Body Shop a call today for all of your auto body needs. That is 332-4991, or stop in by their shop on 2nd Street in Lander for all of your auto body needs. So 58.2 left to play here in this third quarter of action. Pinedale does lead 48-32, and Lander's only scored 7 points. Pinedale's been able to average double-digit points per quarter right now. They have 14 points in the third quarter. It's 14-7 if you take the third quarter score.
And that's the key that I've noticed with Pinedale, is that you can stop them a few times, but they just keep coming back. And again, Lander's still in this game. We still got over a quarter. They just got to play good defense and hit some good shots.
Yeah, plenty of time here for Lander to kind of get back into this game. Right now, 16 points is the difference between these two teams. Rogers giving off now to Bowers. 40 seconds left to play. And she'll pass inside. Kick it back out. Also into the first time this ball game I've seen Charlotte Hawk for Pinedale. And she'll get the cut and the score.
Hawk with the Hawk cut. That was a good move.
Yeah, I like that. I like the wording right there, too. I was kind of jealous that you got that before me. As there's going to be a foul. Lander going to go to the line as Kira Lincoln will go to the line and shoot a pair with 19.2 to play.
Yeah, there's always a few nicknames you can give players and coaches. I thought of assistant basketball coach Jordan Cooper, Coop Dog. You know, he's got that look to him. He's a good coach, too.
Foul will go against Rogers, so she'll pick up her first personal. Lincoln is able to connect on the first free throw. That's her first point of the ball game as well. Second free throw is off the mark. Chance tries to jump in and get the rebound, and she'll get the jump ball, so the arrow will favor Pinedale.
That's good hustle. That's what you want to see from your players coming in. Looks like they're going to talk about this and see whose ball it really is. But
it should be Pinedale basketball, if I'm not mistaken. I know they started with the third quarter, but I know there was a jump ball down here on Pinedale's side, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe it is Pinedale basketball. I think Drew Powell is kind of questioning that as well, but
you got to as a coach, just making sure they were doing the right thing. But
well, if you get the arrow, you get the ball to start the fourth quarter, and we're still figuring out what is going on here, and I think they're going to keep it Pinedale basketball, so nothing changes after the lengthy conversation.
Yeah. Boy, Lander's got to make a stop here to end this quarter.
Yeah, Bowers with the basketball. She's going to cross the timeline. 6 seconds to play. Bowers keeps it herself. She's got a shot for three. She'll take it in and out. Fight for the basketball. 1 second. That's off the mark, and Lander will avoid a buzzer beater shot. And Pinedale had two opportunities there, and maybe kind of caught a break right there to end the third quarter.
Yeah, that would have been a killer. Get a three-point shot to end the quarter, but yeah, Lander, Pinedale came out that third quarter, and they just kept coming at Lander. If Lander can start this fourth quarter on a good run, I think they can get right back in this. It's going to take some, but they can just still do it.
It is Pinedale 50, Lander 33. Final 8 minutes after this timeout. You're tuned in to Lady Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander or DuBois and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM as we get set for the fourth quarter of action. Lander with the basketball to start this fourth quarter. Here's a pass to Mulholland. Swing it to Chance. 3 left side off the back iron, and Pinedale will come up with it.
And they're running the fast break.
Here's Bowers. Tries to go coast to coast, and that's going to count. And Bowers will have a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's too bad. We missed the shot down there. We had the open shot, and then we give up a foul down here at this end. But again, these girls know how to drive to the basket.
Yeah, old-fashioned three-point play opportunity for Bowers will go in and good. This makes it now a 20-point game, the biggest lead in this contest. Goggles will give it off to Mulholland, swing it to Chance on the left side, back to the middle of the arc as Brenna Lincoln also in to start this fourth quarter for the Lady Tigers. As Chance did pick up the foul on the other side. This one also going to be a foul on Pinedale.
It's like Lander will get the ball underneath the basket. And just a shout out, we got some fans listening down in Cheyenne. Deb Cessna, shout out to her, and some more fans in Lander.
Yeah, appreciate everybody who tunes in. Again, feel free to chime in on the chat as Lander tries to inbound it. It is going to be Pinedale basketball. Finally, Pinedale will pick it up as it was Erica Wilson who came up with it. A minute in, approaching in this fourth quarter. Brenna Lincoln will poke it out on the steal, give it off to Chance, and we'll bring it up. Lander needing some buckets here. Goggles will look for the cut for Lincoln. Does. She'll stop. Bounce pass it out to Mulholland. Swing it to Chance. Here's a three. Deep. It's going to be off the mark.
Boy, I thought that was going down.
Yeah, it looked good on our side and just hits the other side of the iron, and we're going to get a foul. Lincoln will pick up her first. Substitutions. Kendall McFadden will check in for Georgia Chance.
Tough thing with Pinedale, too, is that Bowers seems to be always the one who has the ball when we foul, and she's not the one you want to put at the line.
Bowers will hand off to Rogers. Will come all the way to the left side. Give it off now to Wilson. Back to Bowers. Drives in. Here's the kick out for a long two. His Hawks shot is off the mark. It's Zoe Mulholland who comes up with the rebound, and Lander kind of picking up the urgency. Lincoln's shot is going to be changing the conversation from Bowers, as she will put that in a different place.
Yeah, but when you're 5'8" and you block somebody's 5'2", come on. Still a good play, though.
Here's Goggles. We'll loft that into Anderson at the charity stripe. She'll try to put up a little floater shot. That one's off the mark. Anderson will get her own rebound. She'll be fouled and go to the line.
Good hustle by Adeline on that play there. Tough first shot, but able to get a rebound.
And we again appreciate you tuning in. Looks like halftime score right now. Or excuse me, that was Central Wyoming. Third quarter score 48-35. LCCC leads as Adeline Anderson will miss on the first free throw. That was her first miss of the day from the line.
As a coach, too, you're down by 20, but you want to see how your players finish this game.
That's a good way to start, as Link was able to get the rebound. She was looking for Anderson and couldn't connect on the pass, and that will give Pinedale back the basketball. Hand it off to Rogers. Go middle, now back out to White. White, bounce past Rogers, drive in, left side, will go all the way to the baseline, now back out. And Lander hasn't changed their defense at all in this game. I've noticed they've been man-to-man pretty much the entire game.
Yep.
Here's a drive in, altered shot, but the foul comes first, and that will put Erica Wilson at the line to shoot a pair again.
The problem with playing a zone against a team like this is they've got such good three-point shooters, they would just kill that zone.
All the threes, yeah, exactly. Two Tigers getting ready to check in. It will be Friday and St. Clair to check in as the first free throw takes a moment, but says no cigar right there. And again, two Lady Tigers check in. Lincoln and Mulholland will head off to the bench with 5:54 to play. Second free throw will go in and good. Lander 0-1 in conference play. They're trying to seek that first conference win. St. Clair's three is off the mark. Goggles will get the rebound, and she'll be fouled and go to the line. And we're just kind of trading free throw trips at this point.
That's a smart play by Goggles. She got that rebound way underneath the basket. Instead of trying to put it up and get blocked, she backed up and then made the defense come over her back.
First free throw from Goggles will go up and good. That will be her first point since the third quarter. She did go to the line in the third quarter, was 0 of 1, or 1 of 2, excuse me. Now she's 2 of 3. Second free throw is good. Makes Lander free throw shooting percentage 7 of 16. Makes it now 54-35 with Pinedale up on this one. Lander bringing the pressure. Pinedale does get it over the timeline. Rogers back all the way up. Now go left side. At the logo. St. Clair trying to get a steal one way or another. We'll hand it off to Bowers, down to Hawk. Swing it now to Maddie Hawk. Bowers shot off the mark, out of bounds. Pinedale tries to save it. Anderson will corral it, and Lander will come up with it. Friday, Goggles will drive into the paint, will put up the shot, and she'll go back again to the line.
Yeah, that's what you got to... the thing about that is the clock doesn't move. You drive the basket, you get fouled, the clock stops. And if they can keep doing that, they can inch back in this. I mean, it's going to take quite a bit. But that's what you got to do at this point.
Yeah, and Pinedale is now sitting with 14 fouls, so Pinedale can put Lander in the bonus with a lot of time left in this ball game.
Yep.
First free throw for Goggles was off the mark, stays at 54-35. Goggles will connect on the second and make it a 18-point game. And we're going to get a foul from Goggles, so that will make it now Hayden Goggles' fourth personal foul. And
that's a tough one.
Like you said moments ago, and Goggles has made back-to-back trips to the line, and Drew Powell is going to let her continue to play here.
Yeah, I think at this point he doesn't have any choice but to.
Bowers will hand off now to Wilson, left side. Here's the drive-in, kick out now to Hawk. Swing it back to Bowers. Top of the arc, getting the screen, hand off to Rogers. Rogers, left side, drive in, kick out now to Charlotte Hawk, and Pinedale kind of just milking some of this clock away, but St. Clair will come up with the steal. Here's Goggles, has Rogers to beat, underhand left, and score is good.
Well, you like the Tigers' hustle here. They're down, but they're not quitting.
Yeah, play until the final whistle, like that mentality. Here's a 54-39 game now. Lander still down. The lead is at 16. Here's a 3. That's off the mark. St. Clair tries to come up with a rebound, but it's Erica Wilson who missed the shot getting the rebound. And she'll elect to take another 3. That one will go in and good. And
those are the kind of shots you want for Lander, because those are you shoot those 3-point shots, you don't make them, it gives Lander a chance. The problem is they are making them.
Yeah, Friday tries to get the save. That's going to be a turnover, though. Bowers going to try to push the pace. It's a 3-on-4. Anderson pokes it away, tries to throw it off the foot of Wilson, but it basically ends up in a basket for Bowers.
A hustle play that turns into a layup for the other team. That's too bad for her. She did make a good play on that.
It's like some of the good things Lander tries to do defensively has kind of bit them, and that one will go in as well. A timeout taken by head coach Drew Powell. He's going to take a 60-second timeout as Goggles did make the shot, and we'll step aside as well. It is Pinedale 59, Lander 41. We'll step aside. We'll be back right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, as well as the County 10 Sports Network on YouTube. It is fourth quarter action, 59-41. Pinedale does have the lead. It is Pinedale basketball after the made shot. Wilson gets the screen. We'll try to drive in, go left side, underhand scoop, and score opportunity is off. That shot is also off. It is now McGuire who comes up with the rebound. Third opportunity, and Bowers will make Lander pay for that one.
Well, they sure did. They just keep hustling after that ball, and eventually they're going to make it. Too many good shooters on the team.
Bowers has 28 points, and here's a almost steal attempt. It was Erica Wilson, and that's going to be a foul, and should put Pinedale in the bonus for the remainder of this one. That is the case.
Yeah, that's one of those passes when you're passing it back across the court, you got to be careful because it gives the defense, if they can get it, it gives them a layup, and tough break for the Tigers.
Chance will pick up her third personal. Wilson at the line to shoot a pair, was 1 of 2 moments ago. First one is also off the mark. Pinedale 67% as a team tonight. Goggles will check back in, who has 4 personal fouls. 3:03 left to play. It's a 20-point game again. Second free throw off the mark. Anderson with the rebound. We'll give it off to Friday. So a 0 for 2 trip. Lander, again, needing to find some points somewhere. Here's a pass off to Anderson. Here's a 2-point shot. That's good.
And that's that shot I was talking about earlier. I think that she's got a great shot there. She just take it.
Third Lady Tiger in double-digit figures. Bowers over the timeline will pass it off to Wilson. Drives in, left side, stop, back out to Bowers. Here's a 3. Yes, that one. Front iron, no good. Pinedale again getting a second chance, and it's Bowers again who will get the second chance point, and a timeout taken by Pinedale.
That's a tough break again. They missed the 3-point shot, but they're getting those second chance opportunities, and If not for that, this is a lot closer game.
Yeah, Bowers has 30 points in this ball game, so she is well above her average tonight. Let's give a big thanks, though, to State Farm agent Justice Jacobs. State Farm agent Justice Jacobs is a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics. At State Farm, they're there to protect your future. Call today at 332-2530 or stop by their main office in Lander, and probably can't call him right now. You might not be able to reach to him right now, as it's a little late here in Pinedale, Wyoming. Again, second conference games for Lander. Pinedale will, after today, get through everybody at least one go-around, and they'll have to do it one more time. Pinedale will have to go to Lander.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, a better indicative of how these teams, how good they are. But, yeah, you just see how good Pinedale is with their players and their shooters.
Yeah, it's still a 30-point game here. Or, excuse me, a 20-point game. Anderson inside, pass out now to McFadden, pump fake three, back to Anderson on the post, and that's going to be a foul. And Anderson will go to the line and shoot two here with 2:11 to play. Got my mixed up from leads and points in this ball game, but Anderson, again, the third leading Tiger in double-digit figures is, are they saying? Yeah, it is the fifth personal for Erica Wilson, so she is fouled out of this ball game. And checking in for her will be May McGuire. Anderson's free throw is up and good.
Yeah, Pinedale's done a good job of slowing down Anderson in the post and doubling, even tripling her at times.
Anderson will go 2 of 2 on that trip. She's got 13 in the ball game. Makes it now 63-45. Lander bringing pressure. Again, one person in foul trouble. Hayden Goggles has 4 personal fouls. Both teams in the bonus from here on out.
Got some fancy dribblers for Pinedale. They dribble between their legs, behind their back, and you just don't see that in high school girls basketball.
Yeah, I got like 3 guards essentially on that team. Exactly. As that shot is up and good by Rogers. Rogers has 13, and it's back to a 20-point game Friday. Charity Stripe is going to be just off the mark. Gives it now to Larnoff. Here's a 3. That's one's off the mark as well from Rogers. Anderson will pick up the rebound and approach the final 70 seconds of this ball game. Pinedale going to improve to 10-3 on the season. They're going to be 2-1 in their first 3 games of conference action. Lander going to drop to 6-6 on the season, and they'll be staring down Mountain View with an 0-2 conference record going at home on Tuesday.
And I should clarify that statement about not seeing that the dribblers like that in girls basketball. What I meant to say is you don't see it on the same team.
Yeah.
Because you'll see other teams with good players, but they've got like 3 or 4 players that are, like you mentioned, guards that can just dribble.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's, to have that many on the same team is just insane. And again, most of these are juniors, so there's a lot more you could probably see down the road and also into next season. Goggles' second free throw is good. She is 1 of 2 from the line, and Goggles will check out. Lincoln will check in.
And I bet the game between Pinedale and Mountain View was a classic too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to check. I think it was a couple-point difference, I think, for the boys as well. That shot is going to be off the mark, and that's going to be free throws coming out for Alexis White. Lincoln fell down on the ground and kind of, I think, tripped on that one. Still 65-46. It's White at the line to shoot 2. We'll make the first, and she'll have 4 points in the ball game.
Lander, they need to keep their heads up in this game. They played hard. They played good. They just met a team, basically, that's one of the top, if not the top teams in 3A girls.
Yeah, and you have, I believe, 3 of the 5 ranked from the West. That's a tough one, and 2 of them are from your quad. So
right.
Lander's got back-to-back ranked opponents coming up. Foul or turnover on Lander on the rebound attempt. I'll try to get those rankings here in just a moment, but yeah, Pinedale is ranked in the 3A classification for the girls. 52 seconds left to go in this one. Pinedale is actually ranked 5th in the 3A polls, courtesy of Wild Prep Coaches and Media. We're going to have a foul as Kira Lincoln will pick up the foul for
Well, and I watched the Douglas game, as I'm sure you did earlier, and, they're good. They're every year in and out. They're going to be a great team. But this team, this Pinedale team, I've been really impressed with how they run their offense and defense, and I would not want to be playing them come regionals and state for sure.
Yeah, first free throw off the mark for Alexis White, and Lander is going to play the third-ranked team on Tuesday in Pinedale, so kind of it's a tough stretch for Lander, but one they can't hang their heads down as both free throws will go in and good. As that one's off the mark, and Pinedale and Trent Bowers just saying, let's hold it, let's just let the time run out here. They're going to have to pass it because Lander's going to play all the way through. Make sure you stick around for a quick Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. We're going to also have the pregame show for the boys game coming up. Again, we're expecting that one to be a good one as well. 12 seconds to go, and Pinedale having to give the pass out before the 5-second count, and that will do it here for the Lady Tigers. They will fall to the 5th-ranked Lady Wranglers with a score of 68-46 in this one. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. We are also going to get a quick post-game show and a pre-game show in. This is Lady Tiger basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Construction is a local contractor dedicated to our community. We're proud to support our student athletes in every sport, on and off the field. We believe in hard work, crafting excellence, and building legacies, one project at a time. We bring your vision to life. Visit GoddardConstruction.com to see what we can create for you. Goddard Construction, building Fremont County, one project at a time.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
This is the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show presented by Bailey Tire and Auto. They are proud to support local athletes. Full-service tire and auto shops located on 755 South Fowler in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Your final score, Pinedale 68, Lander 48. And Matt, they kept things close kind of in the beginning. It was a close game to start things off, but it's just scoring that came about, and Lander kind of having some missed opportunities in this contest.
Right, and you can see why the Lady Wranglers are ranked, I think you said 5th in the state. They're easily a top 5 team, and the Tigers, they hung tight with them. I think they can learn from this. I don't think they should hang their heads. Pinedale had 3 players that were every bit, a scorer and to drive the basket, and nothing to hang your head about in a game like this.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look. We're going to just do everything right now at points and everything else, but let's take a look at the Lady Wranglers. They were led by Elin Bowers, who had 30 points tonight, which just to think about in Wyoming basketball is just nuts to think about. I know somebody had, I think, 41 points in a ball game later on in this, or earlier in the season, I believe. I might be mistaken on that one. After that, it's Erica Wilson with 15 points, Gabrielle Rogers with 13 points in the contest, Alexis White with 7, you had Claire Thonoff with 2, and that's actually all the scoring. Charlotte Hawk also got a 2-pointer in the contest as well. For the Lady Tigers, they had 3 double-digit figures, so in a sense of shooting night, it wasn't as bad as you'd think. I mean, I think the score, like, a little bit indicative. I mean, yes, Pinedale just, they shot the lights out and multiple points in the game.
And I think on in the second half, they were only down by 9. I think one of the keys there was Pinedale kept getting second chance opportunities and another opportunity, and then they finally would hit a 3. And those are, they're gut wrenching when you're playing tough defense, and those long rebounds, you can't quite get hand on, because I thought Lander was doing a good job boxing out, but sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way.
Exactly. I would concur on that one. Let's take a look at the Lady Tigers. They were led by Kiara Friday with 14 points in the contest. Hayden Goggles has 13. Adeline Anderson also finished with 13 points in the night. Sandra St. Clair with 2. Zoe Mulholland with 2 as well. And Kira Lincoln would finish with 1 point in the contest. Zoe Mulholland also with 2 points in the contest. We do have one obligation. I'm going to defer to you tonight, so be ready for a player of the game for Lander. But it's brought to you by State Farm agent Justice Jacobs. State Farm agent Justice Jacobs is a proud Tiger Athletics supporter at State Farm. They're there to protect your future. Call today at 332-2530 or stop by their main office in Lander. And I think you had a couple of players come to mind for me. I think Hayden Goggles, had a great game. I think both sides of the basketball, she was making some plays, and sometimes it's not about how many points, it's what they're doing off the ball.
Yeah, and I would agree. I would say she's a player of the game. You could give it to any one of those three. Kira Lincoln, I thought, did a great job. Had to go off the game for a while, but Goggles, she just, when she was in there, she was making plays. She was running the show, and I think, and I could be wrong on this, I'm trying to remember who it was that sprained their ankle, and I don't know if that was her or another player.
Friday, yeah.
Maybe it was Friday, okay. But Goggles had a little bit of foul trouble, but she was running the show, and I definitely would say, she would be the player of the game.
Yeah, player of the game goes to Hayden Goggles, so I did concur. I could concur with you on that one. So a big thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto for their post-game sponsorship. And just like that, Matt, we're going to get into the pregame show. It's presented by Porter's Mountain View Supply, the Porter's Tailgate Show for this boys contest that is scheduled to tip off in about 7.5 minutes in this one. And this is also expected to be a good game as well as far as competitiveness in this one. And, Matt, if you go back from 2006, since 2006, Lander has had the series 26-7 against the Wranglers. Pinedale has not won since 2019, though, on February 8th. So all their wins have come before 2019, which means Lander has had won the last 6 games. They swept Pinedale a season ago, and Pinedale ranked in this one. Pinedale under new head coach Elizabeth Gosar. I had to correct that because I did chat with her before this one, and she made sure I got the pronunciation right. So big story, because she has 3 kids on the team that you're going to hear quite a bit tonight in this contest.
And that's if you're familiar with Wyoming sports, that name is synonymous with football players have gone to University of Wyoming and played and started, and they've just had that's a very athletic family. So I'm sure she's gonna do a good job coaching. But one thing too, Wyatt, that's interesting is in this game, in their quad, Lander is actually in first place, tied with Mountain View. Lander has a 3-7 overall record, and Mountain View's 3-8. But Pinedale has a better overall record at 6-5.
So Mountain View's win in conference is against this Pinedale squad, and yes, you would think less overall records. Sometimes you kind of have to throw away some of these records. And right now, the main games are the conference games. You're going to hear that with head coach Stu Mullins that we're going to play here in just a moment. But yeah, Lander's looking to go 2-0, take an early quad lead going into Tuesday against Mountain View, and that one is expected to be, I think, a really good game, as Mountain View has had some pretty impressive wins, but Pinedale has also been competitive with everybody they played with so far this season. Pinedale enters this one 7-4, like you mentioned, 0-1, 1-1 in conference play. Lander enters this game 3-8. They fell to Lyman last week in the they beat Lyman, in the conference opener last week. They fell to Riverton in a really competitive game on Tuesday.
Right. And, another thing interesting, again, the season's young, so some of these stats are going to level out as the season goes along. But Pinedale is third in 3A with a 59-point average. They're giving up 51 points. They're still giving up quite a bit. Lander's down in 12th, and they're scoring 47 points, but they give up 57 points. And as you know, Lander likes to press the ball and get out and run. So this could be an interesting game tonight. High scoring possible. Yeah,
possibly. We're going to see a lot happening. Well, I want to make sure we get at least as much as we can with this head coach interview. So with that, let's give it to head coach Stu Mullins right now. Hey, Coach Stu Mullins of the Tigers. Coach, first off, I got to go back to the post game because you and John, I talked with Brooklyn John after. I don't think I've seen a team kind of amped up. I mean, a loss is a loss and it hurts sometimes, but I don't think I've seen more of a happier look because you guys were so competitive all the way through. And like you were saying, a couple calls here and there might have been a difference, but just kind of reflect on the Riverton game a little bit.
I think it just kind of opened our eyes, and really for the team's sake that they really could compete with some of the better teams in the state. And, Gatorade Player of the Year, DeVries is as good or better at times than even Paxton on both sides of the floor. They're a formidable opponent. And, a couple bounces, Talon makes that 3 to put us up 2, or Bennett, can finish a couple of those layups, then we're winning that game, So I think there was just some renewed optimism. I knew that we were getting better, but it was a good measuring stick, I think, for us to kind of see where we're at. And if we could be tough all the way through a game. We didn't finish as well as I would have liked, but I think the kids are excited going into the next game.
Yeah, that's kind of something you kind of talked about the last couple of weeks is kind of finishing games or kind of putting a complete game together. I mean, like I said, it was second, third quarter. I felt like you guys could have missed in those ones. But, what was kind of that message to the team after that game? Because, like I said, it seemed like a lot of optimism for you guys.
Well, at the beginning of the week, we talked about it. We could play with absolutely zero pressure in that game. I think everybody expected us to lose that game, probably by 30 or 40, So we told them that, and they responded really well, and basically to take the pressure off of them. And the most important game for us this week was our conference game. And so we needed to shift gears. It's kind of an awkward time to put a game, as far as that Tuesday game, when you've got a conference game on. So, Wednesday was do you push hard and get ready for Pinedale, or do you recover from Riverton? And it was kind of a combination of the two. And we had a good practice, and thought we had a really good practice yesterday morning. And, and so the shift or the focus this entire week was Pinedale, a huge game on the road.
Yeah, what's kind of transitioned into Pinedale, this is a team with, a lot of talent around them. They've got some up-and-coming players, but also this is a big game, like you were mentioning. It's a conference game, and kind of early on it could be a defining conference game. So what do you know about this Pinedale team and kind of your game plan going in?
They've played well with everybody. They played Powell tough at the beginning of the season, and, they really got after Mountain View and Lyman, and I think they have a lot of confidence too, and rightly so. I think Gosar is, a really, really good player, very athletic, very crafty, can get his own shot off, and he presents the problems for everybody. But then they've got some guys around them. They can really shoot the ball. They shoot it at 34%, and when they get heated, they can really knock the ball in. And so, we've always played well here, but we got a huge challenge in front of us tonight.
Yeah, and I kind of want to go back maybe a little bit because maybe this is also part of that game plan. I know Bennett Washburn's kind of been a big offensive component to your offense as of late. I mean, he's kind of had a lot of opportunities. Is that kind of something you worry about? Is maybe Pinedale kind of focusing a little bit more on him tonight?
Well, Riverton did, and we still were able to score, and so it's just it's going to require everybody, and we said that at the beginning of the season that it's going to be somebody else every game. And he has an opportunity tonight just because there isn't a Malachi Smith standing right behind him. So he works his butt off and scores against everybody. I mean, he still finished with 12 points against Riverton, and that was basically on rebounds and hustle. So we can always rely on him, and we'll need him tonight.
Coach, what's going to be the biggest emphasis or factor in this one to help you guys get that second conference win of the season?
It's very similar to Riverton. We've got to protect the three-point line, and we've got to make sure that we slow them down in transition. They're a very streaky team. They try to get a lot of steals early on, and if we can handle their pressure a little bit, I think we have a really good chance tonight.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you for your time. We'll talk to you after the game.
Awesome. Thanks.
head coach Stu Mullins, and we were able to get to that full interview, so a big thanks to him. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the Tigers in their home black or the road black uniforms. Tigers across the chest with white numbers, white letters trimmed in green. It looks like this: Parker 6B, followed by Talon Whalen. It will be number 15, Bennett Washburn, number 22, Brooklyn John, and number 23, Noah St. Clair. So same starting lineup as last week for the Tigers, or Tuesday for the Tigers, excuse me. And here we go again with the Chicago Bulls going here. And the Pinedale Wranglers will look like this. They are the 4th-ranked team in the state of Wyoming. And we'll start off like this. It will be number 15, Bridger Kaiser. He is followed by number 21, Owen McMillan. Number 22, Josh Gosser, excuse me. I will change.
Gosar, yeah.
Gosar, yes. I want to make sure I say that correctly. And number 32, Jace Ramage, followed by number 34, Brody Hamby. Those are the starters for the Wranglers from Pinedale. Again, under head coach Elizabeth Gosar in her first season here at Pinedale. She's been a coach for a very, very long time for, just in general, for basketball. As we'll get set here, and whole team's going to get squared up here. It will be Bennett Washburn and Jace Ramage at center circle. And again, getting ready to hopefully have another good game here as it's underway here. It is going to be controlled by the Tigers. We are underway here in game number 2 of this doubleheader as Waylon will have it right side, take it up to the middle, back out to John, pump fake, drive into paint, spin, try to make a move, off now to Washburn, and the travel will be called first.
Yeah, a little too many moves there. I think he could have pulled up and shot. He had that open shot and maybe was expecting somebody to come and block that, but
Ryan Barichka, Matt Myers here on the County 10 Sports Network as Pinedale has the basketball after the turnover by Pinedale. It is Pinedale in their home whites, orange numbers, orange letters. Goes our first shot is off the mark. Rebound did go to Washburn, and now Talon Whalen going to square up for a 3. That one is going to be off the mark as well.
I have a feeling this is going to be an up and down game the whole time.
Yeah, Pinedale winning record entering this one, and shots off the mark. Whalen was looking for John. And that's going to be Pinedale basketball again. Here's a shot, and that one's going to be in and good, courtesy of Owen McMillan on the shot. So just like that, it is 2-0. Wranglers up in a minute into this ball game. Hand off to 6B right side. 6B is getting that matchup from Josh Gosar again. That's going to be a player to look out for in this one. Bennett Washburn for the Tigers as well. I kind of mentioned him just because he's kind of been a factor in the last 2 games for the Tigers in one way or another. So we're still 2-0 here. Here is Ramage. That shot is up and good. And so Pinedale taking a 4-0 lead early on in this one.
That was a nice little post jump hook. Can't block those shots like that.
Whalen in the paint, hesitates, goes in again. Whalen's going to go fade away. That was an in-and-out shot, and Pinedale will come up with it. There's a drive in from Kaiser, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line, and has a chance to make this a 6-0 lead just like that.
Yeah, it's too bad he got fouled because he was way underneath the basket. I don't think he realized how far under he was. He didn't really have a good look at the basket.
First free throw is going to be off the mark for Kaiser. Stays at a 4-0 game. One more free throw coming up. The Tigers kind of getting settled back in after their game as they'll come to the stands. It is 5-0 Pinedale. Here's it looked to be a no-look pass inside. The officials are going to say it's Pinedale basketball.
I think Lander gets to keep it on that one.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you there for the correction. Whalen inbounds 6B. Here's a catch and shoot 3 from a one-hand grab. That's going to be out of bounds, and Pinedale will come up with the basketball.
Lander's getting some nice drives to the basket. Again, it's kind of like in that first game. Just got to calm down, get over your nerves, and some of those shots will start to fall.
5-0 still, under 6 to play in quarter number 1. Ozar will give it off to Hamby. He'll just square up for a 3 right away. That is off the mark. 6B will come up with the rebound. 6B will keep it inside. Washburn matched up there by Ramage. Washburn underneath has to kick it out to Whalen. Whalen's able to corral it, and it's going to be a 3-second call, and basketball will go to Pinedale.
Tough break there as Washburn had the ball inside, but got double teamed. Didn't have much of a chance to do anything with it.
All possessions have ended in turnovers for the Tigers. Gozar is going to try to keep it all the way through. He can't get the shot, and it's St. Clair with the board. Washburn again on the baseline, tries to bully his way in. That's going to be another turnover by the Tigers. As Kaiser is going to try to take it all the way. His shots missed, tries to corral his own rebound. It's St. Clair again, and he'll bring it up himself. St. Clair trying to take it all the way off the mark. We're going to get a foul, and I think Washburn going to get called for the over and back.
Tell you what, they're letting them play a little bit physically on defense. Washburn, the defender, just keeps bumping into him with his body, and because he's not reaching it in, he's getting away with that. So they're letting them play at this point.
Fid McFadden, Peyton Bell will check in for LVHS. Still remains 5-0 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. Those are a floater from 12 is up and good.
Not the start Lander was hoping for, but still early on here in the game.
Yeah, 7-point lead. Lander hasn't been able to get even a shot. They have had one shot attempt so far in this ball game. 6B, he'll try to take the second opportunity. That's in good.
That looked good from here, too.
Yeah, we are able to easily see the one side, and 6B gets the first points for LVHS as he's trying to poke it away. Fight for the basketball, and Stu Mullins is going to say timeout first, and that's going to save. Wow, what a call timeout there by head coach Stu Mullins. I almost went out of bounds.
Yeah, and I'm curious on this because really nobody had possession, and this is one of these calls that I think they've looked at through the years, because when it's a loose ball and you call a timeout, whose possession is it? And I don't know if they gave it. Did you see if they gave it to Lander? Or
they did give it to Lander. Yeah, Finn McFadden was the one who reached out for him and was able to have at least somewhat of the control of the basketball before the timeout. And this is a 30 seconds. You just want to get the basketball back and fighting for it, especially with Pinedale kind of shooting at will in this one to start off.
Yep, that was a good hustle by McFadden, diving for that ball in the corner.
It will be Tiger basketball. Pinedale going to bring just a little bit of pressure. Now they'll back off from it. And it's now a 4-point game. 7-3, Tigers down. They are 2-0. They are 1-0 in conference play. Pinedale is 1-1. St. Clair will try to bully his way in on Hamby. Kick out 6B, catching 2-3, left side. That's going to hit the left iron and no good. Rebound to Gozar, and he's going to push the pace. He's got 2 to beat. Loses control of the basketball. That's going to be a turnover by Pinedale. Now McFadden, he's going to try to take it himself. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line, and watch out there. Almost caught himself underneath.
So far, this has been a kind of a back-and-forth game, and a lot of missed shots. Kind of the tempo we thought we'd see.
Yeah, kind of go really fast off and then kind of get settled in later on in the first quarter. We're halfway through. McFadden does make the first free throw. Yeah, it's a 4-point game. Chance to cut it down to, or excuse me, it's a 3-point game. A chance to cut it down to a 2-point game here. Second free throw is good. It's a 2-point game, so a 7-0 run has now dwindled to a 2-point lead. And Lander bringing some pressure here in that 2-1-2 press on that one. As I noticed, there's a foul, and they go 2-2-1 on the press. This time they go 2-1-2. Well, have a foul, and I'm going to say it's on the ground. It is on the ground. Foul will go.
I was surprised that wasn't a shooting foul, but Pinedale was just going to the basket strong.
Here's a catch and shoot 3 from Owen McMillan off the mark. McFadden again will bring it up and give it off to St. Clair. St. Clair is going to take a high 2-point shot, and that will also be off the mark.
It's tough when you're getting the looks you want and they're just not quite falling yet.
Yeah, it's not bad shot taking. It's just more of the lid on the basket, and it's kind of cracking. You had Owen McMillan fall down to the ground. He's okay. Whalen, he's going to take a three-point shot. That's off back iron. St. Clair was trying to hit it out, and when we got a fight for the basketball, travel on Gozar, and that will give the Tigers the basketball back.
Thought they were going to get Sixby for a foul there.
Yeah, I think that could have been either way call on that one.
Yeah.
So Peyton Bell will inbound, looking for somebody. We'll give it off Whalen. Whalen's going to underhand it to Sixby. He'll take it up to the middle. Come right side now. Find some room as Hamby does get in the way of the passing lane. It is St. Clair who is able to come up with it, and then Hamby will pick up in the foul. Not sure who they gave the foul to on Lander on the last possession. They kept Hamby on the scoreboard on the foul. Tiger basketball, though. Chance to take the lead or tie the game up. Inbound will go to Bell. He'll make his way to the right side, pass off Sixby. Sixby back to Bell. He'll try to drive in, pass off St. Clair. Shots up, and we're tied here in Pinedale.
Nice drive by Peyton Bell and great pass to get that easy layup.
Yeah, that became it's now a 7-0 run for Lander as after a 7-0 lead for Pinedale to start this one off. Pinedale swinging around the arc. There's our pass inside to McMillan for two. That's off the mark. Another shot there. That's a putback shot from Jace Ramage, and Pinedale back up by two.
And those are killers. You know, when you miss the shot and you play good defense and then they get the rebound.
It's 9-7 Wranglers. Sixby gets the handoff. Thought about a three. Swing it to Bell, right corner. Back to Sixby. Pinedale playing man-to-man right now. Whalen gets the screen, tries to drive in on the shot, and count it.
That was an acrobatic shot, to say the least. And, you know, Whalen plays that way. He's likes to drive and put up those kind of shots, so it doesn't surprise you when they go in, because that's his kind of game.
I thought they were going to maybe get that on the ground to start, but heck of an effort there. We're just kind of fighting all the way through. A chance for the old-fashioned three-point play and a lead, and that's not going to be the case, as it will be a miss by Talon Whalen. It was rebounded by Alex Gozar, who is in for the Wranglers. Josh Gozar will drive it in. Sixby was looking for a charging call, and that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, I think he was a little too far into the basket for them to probably give it to him.
Yeah, the official told him to get up immediately after. Here's a pass deflected out of bounds. Stays with Lander.
Yeah, if you tune into this game and you're expecting like a set up the half-court offense, work the clock, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of how the traditional. You kind of pick up the pace early on, and then you finally get kind of settled in here.
Yep.
John has it on the right side. He'll bring it up to the top. Going to look for a pass inside to St. Clair. He's going to try to drive in on Alex. He'll spin. Fade away for two is good.
Wow, that's a nice move inside.
It's kind of his go-to move, and we're tied again at 11. Third tie already in the ballgame. Foul is going to be on Lander, and Brooklyn John will pick up the foul.
And we do apologize if you're watching the game at the Lander end. Pinedale student section standing up, so you may not see some of the plays in the corner because of that.
Here's Gozar, catch and shoot three, in and out, rebounded by Sixby. And that will give a chance for the Tigers to maybe take a lead here if they can convert on a shot. Sixby will pass it off to St. Clair. We're under a minute to go in this quarter. St. Clair tries to drive in, pump fake, put up shot. He'll be fouled, and here's the chance for Lander to take the lead.
You know, I've watched him progress this season, and he's done a really nice job of driving to the basket. He's got like you mentioned, his set shot that he likes to shoot, but he's just really improved and come on strong. And Stu hasn't had a choice but to play him because he's earned that right.
Yeah, and St. Clair will give the Tigers the lead after the first made free throw. Talon Whalen going to check back in. Sixby will head to the bench, get all the high fives, and we'll have one more free throw. That's off the mark. Owen McMillan with the rebound. 48 seconds to play here in the first quarter of action. It is Lander 12, Pinedale 11. Alex Gozar will pass it off now to Ramage. Ramage going to try to put a post move on. That's off the mark. St. Clair trying to hit it away here. Ramage will pick it up, and we're going to get a jump ball So possession arrow will go to Pinedale.
The way this game started, you wouldn't think that this is going to be the score at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, goes our shot. Fouled and count the bucket, and a battle cry he lets out. So just like that, Pinedale will regain the lead and a chance to make it a 2-point lead here. Free throw is going to hit the back iron. John will corral the rebound and bring it up with 28 seconds to play. Kick out, John 3, left corner, and whoa, that's off the top of the backboard, and he's kind of laughing at himself about that one.
Yeah, I think that one slipped.
That's a fair excuse.
That's not his best shot. He can make those.
Yeah, he chuckled at himself about that one, but we're 15 seconds left to go. Ozar is going to set up, and it looks like Pinedale going to elect to take it for the final shot. 6 seconds to play. Gozar going to launch it out to Kaiser. Kaiser drives in left side. Euro step, underhand scoop and score off the mark. It was attempted again by Jace Ramage, and that is going to be no good. So a couple of opportunities for Pinedale, and they'll keep it at a 13-12 ball game. Lander trails by 1. We'll step aside for a 60-second timeout. You're tuned in to Lander Valley Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Justice Jacobs State Farm Insurance Agency, where friends go. Justice and his team are dedicated to helping you protect what's important. We offer a variety of insurance products and services to help you protect what's important to you. With customizable coverage plans, safe driving rewards, and discounts, Justice Jacobs can help you create a solution that's right for you. Go Tigers! Visit us at 990 Main Street in Lander or online at insuredwy.com.
This is Lander Valley Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Second quarter action underway here. Lander trails by 1, 13-12. Lander was down by as much as 7. They came back. Pinedale took the lead back again. Shots off the mark. Whalen tries to put it up. Here's another third opportunity. That one is going to be off the mark, and Mullins is off the corner to jumping again. He kind of saw some of the reactions and kind of missed calls that he may have seen on that one, but Lander is going to have the basketball.
Yeah, they were over the back. It looked like a couple of plays, and they finally got the right call there.
Here's the inbound. It's somehow corralled by Lander after that almost was a turnover.
And I'm not sure how that wasn't a turnover because McFadden threw it in and nobody touched it, and he went and got it.
Like I said, it's kind of like you go off the back of somebody, but it's the non-traditional way.
Yeah.
6 feet top of the arc inside now to St. Clair. He'll try to pump fake now. Bully his way in. He's matched up there by Owen McMillan. Shot is off, and it's going to be Gozar. He's going to look for a long pass, and that is all going to be off the mark.
He's fast, but he's not that fast.
Yeah, that was a heck of a pass, though, if it was able to work out, as Pinedale will bring some pressure in the front court. Bell. Now we'll get it over to 6B. 6B will look to give it to Bell, and that's going to be a turnover. And that's going to be a foul, and I think Bell was looking for a travel, but foul will be on the shot. Looks to be the case. And they're going to give, trying to get a number on the foul, and we're still waiting to see that as Gozar will miss the.
And I don't know if you have the stat on this yet, Wyatt, but I don't know. Pinedale's free throw percentage cannot be very high at this point. They've missed quite a few.
Yeah, I will get that number here in
as soon
moment.
as I say that, they make it.
It's that broadcaster's jinx, that, but maybe in a good way for Pinedale. Normally, a timeout taken by head coach Stu Mullis. 30-second timeout. They couldn't get the inbound pass to go in here. I was looking at the overall free throw. It's actually at 68, or excuse me, that's the Lady Wranglers on the stat sheet. I'll get the boys stat here in just a moment, but yeah, so far, Pinedale, I have 2 of 5 from the charity stripe in this contest. They shoot about 58% as a team on the season as of entering this ball game.
It's one of the things I think as a coach, it kills you because those are the free, that's why they call them the free throws.
The freebies.
Which, man, I'll tell you, in close games, you got to make those.
Yeah, Gozar went 1 of 2 on the trip. His inbound will go to Bell. So it is a 2-point lead for the Wranglers. It's just 1-0 in this second quarter. Just over a minute played here. 6B right side. Swings to Bell. He'll drive in right side. He's got a nice lane, and it rolls around the iron off and gets the hometown fall if you're Pinedale.
Yeah, tough break for Peyton. Nice drive, but tough break.
Yeah, had the right idea, but here's a pass inside. McMillan, floater from 8. That's off the mark, and Bell will come up with a rebound and will slow the pace down for the Tigers, and that's going to be a travel on McFadden, and that will just turn the basketball right back over.
Yeah, that was a tough call, but he hesitated and probably should have just went straight to the basket. He's another, for a freshman, he's got all kinds of skills and talent. It's going to be fun watching him develop.
And St. Clair is going to pick up a foul off the contact. So I believe St. Clair has picked up his first personal, and again, just kind of awaiting on what the scoreboard looks like. And you're noticing, too, Lander has already taken 2 early timeouts in this ball game. Pinedale has elected to keep everything. Holmes is telling Bell to bring the pressure. Tigers are running that 2-3 zone defensively. Also in the ball game for the Wranglers, Nicholas Sletton that's 3 is off the mark, and we'll get another foul here.
Yeah, 32 was over Bennett Washburn's back. Had great position on that.
Yeah, that would be Jace Ramage who gets the foul, and then 6B will step out.
Yeah, I would have stepped out too if I was bumped like that. I mean, that's a tough call because there was a lot of contact before he did step out.
Yeah, they're letting these guys play a little bit more physical than you would maybe expect in certain cases.
And you just got to adjust your play to it.
Ozar will give it off to McMillan. Pinedale kind of just like a little pass around the arc. Here's the inside pass to Ramage. Now back to McMillan. 6B was looking to poke it out, and 6B is not a fan of what that call is going to be, and probably the right call in this instance. Like I say, we're always up here. We're not down there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a tough job as a referee. My wife used to be one. She'll tell you about it.
Here's a shot from Gozar from the charity stripe. That's off the mark. And 6B will come up with the rebound. McFadden, drive in, spin, pump fake. He'll put up a shot off the backboard. That's off the mark. A fight for the basketball. And finally, 2 Wranglers were going for it. And finally, it comes up courtesy of Jace Ramage. And we still stay at a 2-point game. McMillan trying to change that. That's also off the mark.
I'll tell you, if Pinedale starts hitting their threes, we're going to be in trouble. They're not making very many of them right now.
Whalen going to get fouled on the other side on the ground, and Ramage is going to pick up the foul for the Wranglers. That will be his second, and just 1 point scored in this quarter. It was 13-12 entering the second quarter. Right now it's only a 14-12 ball game. We're going to see Pinedale have a substitution. Whalen trying to change that 1 point scored in this quarter, and he's going to have to wait another possession. Inside pass, Ramage. Washburn trying to match up with him. Now looking inside. It's McMillan. Back to Ramage. He'll put up the layup, and a tough spot layup will go in for Jace Ramage. It's a 4-point game for Pinedale. Whalen, 3 to cut it down to 1. Off the mark, goes our rebound. Trying to take it coast to coast. Up behind the back, he'll put up the shot, and I don't know how much more beautiful that could have been.
That's a pretty drive shot.
I was trying to put him down for a rebound, and I catch it right at the end, but a heck of a play there from him as that one out of bounds stays with Lander, excuse me.
Yeah, when he's driving down that fast, I thought the defense was going to cut him off, and he does the behind the back and nice little scoop layup.
Well, everybody would lose the basketball if they tried to do that. And
saw that Wimbayamo player, that 7'4" player, do that in the NBA and dunk it, but that's a pretty play here for a high school player.
The next big NBA star is that league's been hyping him up quite a bit. Inside is John, and that goes off the right side. He'll corral his own rebound, though. And Lander will get an extra possession. They are down by 6 now. It is 18-12. John again trying to go for a layup, and that one is also off the mark. Out of bounds, and the one official is going to point Pinedale basketball as 6B was trying to...
a little persuasion there, didn't
trying a little persuasion work. Inside now is Kaiser. He'll put up the shot, bounces a couple of times. That's going to be off the mark.
A good rebound by Washburn on that one.
And so Lander still trails by 6 in this one. Biggest lead has been 7, courtesy of Pinedale. John will bring it up. The left side, back to 6B. 6B will back in, continue to back in on Kaiser. Spin, kind of a hook shot off the mark and out of bounds, and Lander will keep the possession.
Yeah, our shots were just so close. They're just awful, just a touch. Otherwise, we probably would be in the lead right now. But then Pinedale, they're missing shots too.
There's John. John looking for somebody. He will loft it up now for one of the two, either 6B or Wayland, and a little miscommunication will turn the ball over. Right now, percentage-wise, is Pinedale 40% overall shooting in Lander at 22.
Yeah, lots of shots. Not a lot of baskets to show for it, though.
Yeah, a total of 38 shots between the two teams. Only 12 of them have gone in. Pinedale, though, is converted on no threes. Lander is converted to 1 of 7 on threes. Inside Kaiser in the paint. Nice spin move. That will go in.
Well, there's nothing you can do about a shot like that. That was a pretty spin.
Yeah, it was so aggressive, it felt like, as well. And Tigers will get it over the press. Nice pass to Washburn. Washburn is going to have that rejected by Josh Gozar. And that might have maybe gone across the football field. I don't know.
That was a pretty spectacular block. It almost like it was going down for a goaltend, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
that was an amazing block.
Got quite a bit of height there on that rejection.
I used to do that on a 7-foot basket, but
yeah, they were trying to go Washburn. Here's McFadden. That one a little too much on the shot, and once again, it's Gozar. He's already a rebound and a single point away from a double-double tonight.
Yep, a good all-around player.
Inside pass, turn it over on the miscommunication. Pinedale will get it back. It's Alex Gozar with the bucket. Lander is scoreless in this second quarter. Pinedale has put up 9 points, and there's another shot that's off the mark.
The basket's just a little too small tonight so far for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's 9-0 if you just take the second quarter score. It was 7-0 at one point in the first quarter, and so we know Lander could maybe get back into this, and right now it's a 10-point game. Here's Kaiser, 3. It's a little bit short. Rebound will go to Washburn. Long pass to John. It is corralled. John going to try to take it himself, and that one is also off.
The good thing is that it's only a 10-point game, and Lander can score points in bunches, so.
We're going to see a new Tiger check in here. Next dead ball. Peyton Bell is going to come back in. We're under a minute to go, and we're going to get a shot from Alex Gozar. That one will miss the mark as well, and that's going to be a foul. That will go against Pinedale. Alex Gozar will pick up the foul.
Yeah, both teams really not putting on a shooting clinic tonight so far. But, there's games like that where you see teams just not making their baskets. But, looking at their point totals on the season, both these teams know how to score. So I don't think it's going to continue like this, to be honest.
Julius Robertson is checking in for the first time this season for Lander as he was looking to get that pass, and that will go out of bounds and another turnover for the Tigers. You're seeing Bodie Moffitt in for the first time as well, so 3 Tigers just checked in this ball game with 30 seconds left to go. Gozar out to McMillan, back to Gozar, swing it to Kaiser on the right side. 19 to play in quarter number 2. It looks like Pinedale going to just elect to hold it for the final shot here. Kaiser looks, zip it over to Gozar for 3, and 6B will change that from a shot a little bit ago, and he'll kind of pay it forward.
Yeah, exactly. He had that one. He was due on that one.
Yeah, especially after that one shot that he had. That one's going to be inbound. 2 seconds. 1 second. 3 at the buzzer and banks it in. Josh Gozar with a buzzer beater 3. And I mean, I don't know what else you can do if you're a Lander in that situation. And
well, yeah, they don't make any threes the whole game, and then they bank one in at the buzzer. So.
Yeah, that was their first 3-pointer of the ball game. They were 0 of 7 at that point. We'll step aside for the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. We are expecting to get an interview with head coach Drew Powell, but we will find out right after this here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Stop in or visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
If you're looking for the best home cooking in Lander, look no further than Ma'am Ma's Kitchen. Our mouth-watering menu will have you coming back for more. From our famous Ma'am Ma's breakfast to our burgers, we've got something for everyone. Our friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make us the perfect spot for a family meal or a night out with friends. Don't take our word for it. Check out our rave reviews. Call us today or visit our Facebook page to learn more.
I'm John Shade, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Lander Tigers on KOVE. Call John Shade or stop by my office at 824 West Main Street for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Your home for Fremont County sports. We are KOVE 1330 AM and 1077 FM.
Well, unfortunately for Lander, a scoreless second quarter. I have them 0 of 12 in that second quarter, and that's a tough break when Pinedale gets something going really late in that contest. Right now, your halftime score here from Ringler Gym, Pinedale 25, Lander 12. Let's take a look at some numbers to start things off. Quarter by quarter, Lander was down by 1, 13-12 in the first quarter. Pinedale would get 12 points in that second quarter to Lander's 0, and it was 1 point up until about the midway point of the second quarter. So a tough one for Lander in that second quarter. Again, 0 of 12 from the field. Let's take a look at the point total or the overall numbers. So this one, it is from shooting wise, Pinedale 11 of 26. I have them unofficially. They are 1 of 8 from 3-point land. They made the 3-pointer at the buzzer, and again, we are planning to hopefully talk with head coach Drew Powell, so we'll wait and see if he'll make his way over to us. And Pinedale 2 of 5 from the charity stripe. For the Tigers, overall 4 of 21 from the field. They are 3 of 5 from the free throw line. They are 1 of 7 from the 3-point stripe, and I believe we are getting head coach Drew Powell on his way over for a halftime interview. Let's just kind of keep this rolling here for the Tigers and the point total in this one. It is for the Wranglers, led by Josh Gozar with 12 points in the contest. He already has a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds in the ball game. For Pinedale as well, Bridger Kaiser with 5 points, Owen McMillan with 2 points in the contest, Jace Ramage with 6 points in the ball game. And we'll get Lander point totals here in just a moment as head coach Drew Powell is here on the headset, and we'll get Coach to see if you can hear us. You got us, Coach. First off, I think the first half, I think you couldn't have asked for a better start to the ball game, but it kind of just became those three players kind of going off in that ball game.
Yeah, they're just solid three players. I'm not 100% sure on how many they had. I think 27, 14, and 10 or something like that. And I think they hit 6-ish threes. When we can't make a three, it doesn't seem like when we're on the road. It's just hard to make up for some of those points. I think on the inside we scored with them pretty darn well. And then we didn't have near as many turnovers as we usually do. I thought we played a pretty good game there. And defensively, they're just a hard team to guard, especially when they have three solid guards that can all shoot. Their big girls do a good job rebounding the basketball. And I thought we played a pretty good overall game. It's just sometimes you fall a little short.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you could have asked for a better, performance. I know there were some scoring droughts that you wish to have back, but again, I think those three, Elin Bowers, I had 30 points in the contest, and, they all basically were trying to do the same thing, go one way or go another, and the three was open, kick out. But I know you mentioned kind of eliminating the 3 points in the contest, but it felt like they couldn't miss in that 3-point land.
Yeah, they're all really good shooters, and it didn't even seem like they had to be necessarily open to shoot it, and they just have a good knack for getting it to fall. I didn't think we did a bad job at guarding it at all. There was a couple times we missed our assignments, but the first one coming right off the bat, we missed going over top of a screen, and I told them this is a team we can't go underneath of a screen. They're going to pull up and shoot it and make it. But when you have a girl that shoots 43-ish%, a girl that shoots 39%, another one that shoots in the 30s, it's just hard to cover them all.
I felt like maybe some of their offense too, it was a little bit more physical, it felt like, at certain points. The screens, I think your players were kind of bouncing off those screens a lot more differently than you would normally see. Is that something too that you might have to kind of work on, is kind of maybe the physicality of the game a little bit more?
Yeah, I don't know if it's physicality. I think it's just trying to learn to get on their high side so that they have to reject that screen rather than allowing them to get to it. But it really just came down to, they're good ball handlers, they're good shooters, and sometimes it's hard to just compete with those people. I think we scored a little bit above our average for scoring in a game. Our turnovers were below average. We did a great job breaking their press. They just can flat out shoot the ball, and sometimes you just got to catch those teams on a little bit more of an off night, and we have to have a little bit better of a night. I don't think we made a three tonight. Did we make one?
I did not have you guys for a three-pointer.
That's what I thought too. So I'm not sure how many we shot. We didn't shoot a ton, but when they're not falling, it's kind of hard to keep up with those teams that can shoot the ball from outside.
Yeah, and Coach, this is kind of a tough stretch of your schedule as well. I know keeper of the goal, it's just tough itself because it's rivalry, but you also got to now take on the number 3 team in Class 3A in Mountain View next Tuesday. Kind of just what are some things that you're going to hope to work on before that matchup?
I think we match up a little bit better with them. We're a little bit bigger, and they're not as guard heavy as Pinedale is. They don't shoot the ball, I don't think, as well from outside. They're more get it inside, which plays a little bit more to our advantage because we have bigger girls as well. But I think if we can just come in and play another complete game, I think we can really compete with Mountain View. But it really just comes down to if we can knock some shots down from outside so the inside presence on their defensive side isn't near as good. I think they doubled Adeline almost every time she had the ball. She made a couple great passes. We just didn't have her hands up ready to catch the ball. And she's doing a good job down there. And then I think Hayden got in trouble a little bit, and that hurts. But really, overall here, a good game. And Mountain View, I think we match up a little bit better with them in the long run.
Well, we'll look forward to Tuesday, Coach. Thank you for taking some time during the halftime show to come up and chat with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Head Coach Drew Powell of the Lady Tigers. We're going to continue our Buckle Up for Life halftime show. It's presented by Buckle Up for Life Wyoming. Why Not wants to remind you that seatbelts save lives, so you can buckle up, so you can stay in the game every time and every ride. We're going over individual points before Head Coach Drew Powell will do the Lander Tigers now, and right now it's led by Noah St. Clair with 5 points in the contest, Parker Sixby with 3, Talon Whalen and Finn McFadden currently have 2 points in the contest as well. And again, Lander 0 of 12 from the field in the second quarter, and when you can't get the basket to just crack open in the ball game, that's a little bit tough, but both teams now finally out of their locker rooms.
Yeah, it was a tough quarter for the Tigers. They just, like you said, they couldn't hit anything, and they just, the ball's just rolling all over the place and just not going in. And Pinedale didn't shoot a whole lot better, but they did make a few. You take away that 3-point shot, and still just a 10-point game. But this game is far from over. Like I mentioned earlier, the Tigers, they're a 3-point shooting team. They start getting just a little bit hot. They'll be right back in this game. Just watching how Pinedale shot the ball too. So not a clean shooting night for either team, which makes it, anybody's game going in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, if some of the similar results, if the Tigers can maybe let that second quarter go away, in most cases, especially that 3-pointer in the end, that was just a hard. Pinedale was 0 of 7 before that 3-pointer. That was just their first, and both teams right now, 1 3-pointer apiece. Lander is going to have Pinedale start with the basketball as they were lining up to take the basketball.
They tried.
They start the second half. They're switching directions. Pinedale finally going to disperse from their huddle, and we're just going to keep going here on this broadcast, as I think we took like one, maybe 60-second break during the whole halftime show. But big thanks to Buckle Up for Life Wyoming for their halftime sponsorship, and again, of all of our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Inbound will go to McMillan to start this second half, and we are underway, final 16 minutes in this contest. McMillan to Hamby, top of the arc, swing it back to McMillan. Tigers are in that 2-3 zone to start this second half. They haven't changed their defense yet. Here's a 3 from McMillan. That's going to go in. We were talking about how nobody can really make threes, and just like that, they'll start with one.
Yeah, that's not a good sign, so hopefully Lander can match that.
St. Clair, leading scorer, will have that poked away by the Wranglers. Kaiser will take it himself, count the bucket, and one again. And yikes, if you were hoping for a different start for the Tigers, that has just become maybe the worst possible scenario.
Yeah, and I think Pinedale had a 1-point lead going into the second quarter, and so they have a 17-0 run on Lander so far.
Yeah, that's just starting the second quarter, and that shot's going to be off the mark, so the 3-point play is off. Pinedale is going to get the possession again, as it was Ramage who would get the rebound, and then he's going to be able to be rewarded for that. It's a 19-0 run. The foul, that was courtesy of Parker Sixby.
I'm going to make a prediction here, Wyatt, that the Tigers are going to make a run here at the end of this third quarter and get back in this game. I can't see this going on much longer. That's just not who this team is.
Yeah, they're going to have to go on quite a bit of run here to get back into this one. And the second free throw off the mark, it is Finn McFadden who will come up with the rebound. And there's a handoff to Sixby for 3, and they will finally snap a 20-0 run, or a 20-point run for the Wranglers. And as Wranglers will have that go out of bounds, and that will stay with Pinedale.
Yeah, and it looks like a big lead, and 18 points is a decent sized lead, obviously, but Pinedale's got to be careful not to back off, because these Tigers can score in bunches.
Yeah, you gotta hope Lander's kind of run can come in sooner than later here. Goes our swing around the arc, and Basketball went off the top of the backboard, and that will be a score for the Wranglers, but courtesy of Jace Ramage.
Yeah, I think as long as it stays on top and doesn't go over the back, then it's good. But
Tiger basketball, and John will fade away for two, and maybe this is what you were kind of alluding to, but you need Pinedale to maybe start missing some shots here.
Yeah, exactly.
For Pinedale, or for Lander's sake, I mean, you're getting shots to start finally falling, but question of whether they can get Pinedale to maybe miss some shots. Here's a three-point attempt, and Pinedale will respond.
Well, go figure. Neither team could hit a shot in the first half, and now both teams are starting to light it up.
I was about to say the exact same thing, and just how nobody can miss. 6B's three altered. And now Brooklyn John will get the steal and convert. There's a possession they stole away from Pinedale.
Every bit helps.
Makes it now 38-19, and now make it now 40-19. That is also courtesy of Jace Ramage. He's got 7 in this quarter alone. Whalen drives in, has a lane, he'll take it and put it in a good.
Now if Lander can get some stops, then it could be interesting here.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping for if Lander, here's a shot. That one's going to be off the mark. Can Lander get the rebound? They can't. Ramage pass inside to McMillan. That one will roll off. Ramage should get a third opportunity, and Pinedale will go 0 for 3 as 6B will have that technical foul issued to Parker 6B.
Yeah, and number 32's over there giving the sign of crying. He should be teed up too. That's totally unsportsmanlike. Refs did not see that.
We're going to get some technical free throws. 6B is just frustrated, and I think we're going to figure this all out. There was a foul first. I think we originally had a foul first. I think 6B was trying to ask for a foul. They did issue a foul, though, to Ramage. But 6B frustration has let Pinedale maybe get some points here, and Josh Gozar will make sure of that. It is a 41-21 ball game. Gozar will miss the second.
I think it should be Lander's basketball, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure why they're giving it back to Pinedale, because they got the technical foul, and but like you said, there was a foul on the play that I thought was on the Pinedale.
So I'm trying to see who took the foul. It was Pinedale who took the foul. It is a 30-second timeout, and we're just going to keep it here. We do have to thank some more of our sponsors. It is Goddard Construction, a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. Goddard Construction offers friendly construction service that are always on time and aligned with your budget. 851-4517. Also, Edward Jones, financial advisor John Shea, your local guide to financial victory. Call John Shea today at 335-7722 for a free consultation, or stop by at the main office at 704 Main in Lander. Work hard and win big. So we're also seeing Paxton Hollinshead check in for the first time at the varsity level. And we're seeing once again back into this ball game Julius Robinson and Peyton Bell. They have all checked into this ball game for the Tigers.
I think Coach Mullen's trying to find a combination that'll work.
Really got to find anything at this point to work, and Pinedale going to have Gozar drive in, put up shot. That's up and good for two, and just seems like Pinedale can't miss right now.
Yep.
Right now, Pinedale, I have them for one missed shot in this quarter, so tell you how they're doing right now. Bell have that poked away by Hamby, and Hamby going to try to take it himself, and I think, were they trying to look for an alley-oop there?
I wondered the same thing.
Because Gozar went up into the air, and that kind of looked like a Dwayne Wade LeBron type feel of that one. you get those feelings. There's nice pass by McFadden. Washburn will put it up and good.
That was an excellent drive by the freshman there to find Washburn.
I only say LeBron and Dwayne Wade because that was the first thing that came to my mind. As that three is just nothing but net. Owen McMillan. And Pinedale is just hurting the Tigers right now. It is a 21-11 third quarter score right now.
Well, Lander started to score. The problem is Pinedale decided they wanted to score too.
Yeah, here is Julius Robinson for three. That's off the mark, and rebound is going to be given to Jace Ramage, and he's kind of just been all over the boards tonight for the Wranglers. Here's a three, Gozar. That will be off the mark. Hamby will get the rebound, put it up and in and good. That will be Hamby's first points of the ball game.
I think that's a good example of everything going in. He just kind of threw that back up and it went down.
Yeah, had a good look as well. McFadden drives in, kick out Bell. Bell will now try to drive in right side and going to get some contact by Josh on the play, and he'll be issued the foul. That'll be Pinedale's just second foul of the quarter. And Pinedale is going to bring in some substitutions.
It's kind of looking like earlier in the girls' game, Lander was staying tough, and then Pinedale kind of exploded in that third quarter and pulled away.
Yeah, here's inbound Robinson. We'll give it off now to 6B. 2:12 to play here in this quarter. Here's Hollinshead. Has that almost stolen away. Nice job on the pass. Robinson will drive in and get the score for two.
Good to see. Young player come off the bench and contributing like that.
Yeah, and now you have a pass inside. That will go out of bounds. It will stay with Pinedale.
Tigers are a little frustrated right now. Just game not quite going the way they had hoped.
Inbound to Gozar. We'll make sure we catch up on our Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. There's a pass now off to Sletton. Sletton inside. Washburn will try to corral the basketball, and we're going to get a timeout by Lander. I think that was the case.
I think so.
Just to kind of save the basketball. And so timeout taken by the Tigers. They are going to take a full timeout. We will take one as well. Feels like it's been forever since we took one. So we'll step aside. We'll be back after these messages on the County 10 Sports Network.
10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10. Community. Connected.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherlands for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
Back here on the County 10 Sports Network as Washburn will lay it up and in. After the pass from Paxton Hollinshead. Makes this now a 48-27 ball game. 70 seconds to play in the third. Here's a kick out to Sletton, swinging now to Kaiser. Kaiser back to Sletton on the right side. Around the arc they go. Back to Sletton, inside pass now. As Kaiser has it, Pinedale kind of just looking for their shot. Kaiser back out to Josh. He'll float it up and in and good.
Yeah, he's on fire in this third quarter.
Yeah, 20-10 night, 20 points, 10 rebounds on the night for Josh. Those are 6B. We'll give it off now to Bell. He'll drive in, baseline, look to kick it out to Robinson, and that will go into the stands. Now it's just a tough one for Bell to kind of find the mark. Final 25 seconds in this Third quarter of action, 50-27 your score. It is Pinedale again looking to go 2-1 in their first round of conference games. 3-point shot is off the mark. We have a foul on the ground, though. I believe Julius Robinson is looking to pick up the foul, and the official goes and checks for his number and will issue the foul to him. So that will put, I thought they said on the ground, so I guess Golzar is going to go to the line and shoot 3 free throws because it was at the line.
That's a tough, it was the correct call. It's just a tough one because you know, he missed the shot and you hope that you can get the rebound. Instead, he makes the first 2.
Yeah, that makes it 52-27 and one more to go. Third and final free throw will go in. It's a 26-point ball game. 5 seconds to go. Bell, Hollinshead, he'll take the 3. High arcing 3 is off the backboard and no good. And we are at the end of the third quarter of play. It is the Pinedale Wranglers 53, Lander 27. We'll step aside. Final 8 minutes coming up here on the County 10 Sports Network.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give him a call at 307-332-7184.
Wyoming knows hard work. And at Fremont Chevrolet GMC, we know Wyoming. Here, things are just built to last. Over the last 8 decades, we've had one priority: to serve the people of Wyoming. We are dependable. We are your neighbor. We are Wyoming. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton today.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, Lander, Wyoming. Wyatt Barichka, Matt Myers with you as we play the final 8 minutes of this conference game between Lander and Pinedale. Wranglers are up right now 53-27. Lander does start the fourth quarter with the basketball. Draw and drive in, left hand, under scoop, scores up and good.
Up until that point from the end of the first quarter, Lander had been outscored 40-15.
Yeah, that has been a tough night as Golzar will go to the line, and we're going to get some free throws here from Josh. And, you know, it's kind of been, the last couple of weeks has been kind of high-scoring affairs. I mean, tonight, especially, but we just saw the most points scored since Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. Luka Doncic put up 73 points tonight in this one. That's, I believe, 3 players with 60-plus in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's incredible.
As that is going to be a 1-2 trip for Josh. Yeah, we have started the fourth quarter scoring for Pinedale with a free throw. 6B3 will knock it in and good.
That was a good start to the the fourth quarter for the Tigers.
And you're going to need pretty much Pinedale to have a 0 quarter, like the second quarter for Lander.
Exactly.
And maybe put up a Pinedale 28-point quarter to kind of get back into this one. Minute under in this one. Shots up. That one's Owen McMillan. He's got 10 points, just hit the double-digit figure tonight for him. He's the third Wrangler to do that. Out of bounds, stays with the Tigers.
Yeah, and Pinedale's putting on the full-court press, which they haven't done all game, I don't think. So that's, putting on the pressure like that slows the game down for Lander, too.
Pinedale will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're tuned in to Lander Valley Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm going to text her. I'm going to text Allison. Hey, hold up. Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food, and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one that keeps help.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
Back on the County 10 Sports Network, Lander with the basketball. 6B3 is going to be, looked like it got tipped there, but it will be short. And Pinedale will come up with the basketball. It's going to be Alex Ozar with a shot. That's going to be off the mark. It is 6B with the rebound. 6B with 9 points, 6 rebounds tonight for the Tigers. 6B, drive in the paint. We'll kick it out to McFadden. Back into McFadden, 6B, catch and shoot 3 again. He's going to be fouled on the shot. 3 free throws coming back. I believe they're going to get Josh for a foul right there. So 6B will go to the line and shoot a pair for the Tigers. Or shoot 3, excuse me, I lied. His first free throw is up and good.
Yeah, the Tigers had 2 people drive in, penetrate, and dish back out until they finally got that open shot.
6B's second free throw will go in and good, as 6B on the season, 67%. And a chance to, well, just get his average at that. Missed free throw. Tigers do get the rebound, though, courtesy of Talon Whalen. There's a drive in from Bennett Washburn, and that will go in good.
That's a 4-point play right there.
I think you take 4 than 3, but only McMillan wide open 3. It's going to hit the backboard and no good. It's 6B again with the rebound. Washburn shot. Going to be off the mark. 6B going to try to create a jump ball, but can't do so. Possession arrow does favor the Wranglers at this moment in time. Today is a 20-point game. Sletton has that almost ripped away from John, and that is going to be a foul. I thought he would get a jump ball call maybe just a tad earlier, but
I did too, but well, the offensive player did the right thing. He turned, which made him go over his arm.
Which can with the situations that are presented. 5:22 to play, 20-point game. Tigers down, inbound to Josh, and he was trying to dunk that in, and they hit the rim and spun in.
Yeah, not quite a dunk. The crowd still likes it, but
I'm kind of wondering what he can't do at this point. I think they try to alley-oop for him. They've let him try to maybe throw one down that hit the front iron. There's a kick out, Whalen. Whalen will drive in, pump fake, and he will go to the line and shoot a pair of free throws.
Surprised that,
no, that's going to be on the ground, excuse me.
Tigers are driving into the basket. They keep dishing back out, and maybe that's to get that 3-point shot, because they do have open shots inside if they want them.
Here's a high pass to Washburn. He's going to drive in, pull up just in front of the charity stripe. That's going to be not good as well. We're still 58-36 on your Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. There's a drive in, now kick back out to Sletton. Sletton will go left side. Back out to Josh Gozar. Ramage will put it up. The offensive foul, and now will turn the ball over and give it to the Tigers.
Good defense by Washburn on that play.
So we're going to have some substitutions come in. Peyton Bell, Noah St. Clair. For Lander Valley, we're going to get a couple more substitutions. It's going to be Bridger Kaiser and Brody Hamby. Hamby actually going to be making his way to Riverton for Central Wyoming College Golf next year.
Good to see players moving on to the college level with their sports.
Bell will try to drive in and now kick it out to Sixby. Sixby is going to take a long three. That's going to be off the mark. And the way that was reported by YO Preps for the Hamby going to Central Wyoming for golf.
That's good.
Make sure I give him a shout out. Providing all score updates as well throughout the season statewide. Kaiser matched up by Sixby. That's another offensive foul, and Pinedale is trying to get, he's laughing. I think he kind of maybe played a little Hollywood right there, and I think he got away with it.
I think he earned those foul calls after they didn't give him that first one.
Yeah, just the way he immediately got up and started smiling. And
yep.
Washburn will give it off now to Peyton Bell with 3:30 to play. Kaiser did pick up his first personal. Sixby, three. Can he get the payoff for taking that charge? That will not be the case. And we've stayed at a 58-36 score for a little bit now.
I think Pinedale's just trying to run some clock now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. They're kind of just swinging around the arc, and Amby will give it off back to Gozar, matched up there by Whalen. Gozar will drive in and put up a shot, and he'll go to the line with the foul on Whalen in the act of shooting. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in, however you may be tuning into this broadcast, as trying to get an update from Central Wyoming College. The men are currently playing right now. It's a 28-17 lead for the Rustlers. Gozar will convert on the first free throw, and that scoring mark has finally kind of been broken away as Gozar will put up another free throw. That is up and good, and he is a bucket away from a 30-point game and 3 rebounds from a 30 and 15-point game. Inside pass to Washburn, and he'll look to kick it out now, try to keep it himself and put it up for 2 and in.
Nice strong move by Bennett there to get that inside shot.
We still remain at a 22-point game. 60-38, 2:30 to play. So we'll hand it off to Sletton, come around to the right side, pass it now to Alex Gozar. Floater shot rolls around the iron and will fall in.
It's been a Gozar night tonight.
Yeah, I mean, his brother putting up a 28-12 game right now, and Sixby almost probably could have got away there with a carry. Whalen in the paint. Stop will pull up for 2, and that will miss the mark. Leonard's done a lot better shooting in the second half. Right now, overall, as that shot's going to go in by Josh, and Pinedale going to kind of clear the benches.
Well, you got 2 30-point players in both the girls' game and the boys' game for Pinedale.
Yeah, that just made it 30 points for Josh Gozar, and Pinedale will bring in the reserves. Lander also will bring in their reserves. Timeout was taken. It appears to be by Pinedale. They are down to 2. It's a 60-second timeout. We'll take a 30. You'll step aside. You're tuned in to Lander Valley Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture.
Back here on the County 10 Sports Network as we are in the final 150 in this ball game. Again, benches getting cleared on both sides. St. Clair, pump big 3 will drive in. Underhanded scoop to Bodie Moffitt. John, 3 is going to connect.
Well, they look good from here, too.
Brooklyn John with 9 in the ball game tonight. Again, make sure you stick around for the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. We'll chat with head coach Stu Mullins, recap this game as the shot for Pinedale is off the mark. It's St. Clair. He'll try to take it all the way himself, and we'll get the bucket.
Good, nice drive by St. Clair. He's been doing that all season.
Yeah, it gives Lander the deficit now down to 21. Here's a three. That one's going to miss the mark. And it's going to be a shot there. That's also off the mark as it will be Lander basketball now. John to St. Clair. St. Clair going to try to take it all the way himself. He'll be fouled, spin around, and go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, a little acrobatic shot on that attempt, and gets rewarded with a couple free throws.
So again, Lander basketball going to be back in action on Tuesday. They'll take on Pinedale. Those are 4:30 and 6 o'clock starts.
Mountain View,
yes.
Mountain View, yeah.
In Lander excuse me, thank you for the correction. I am all over the place now as St. Clair will connect on one of two free throws. But again, Lander versus Mountain View in Lander, 4:30 and 6 o'clock. The start times for that one. We'll have coverage here on the County 10 Sports Network. Anthony Gozar's three is going to be off the mark. Here's a rebound, put back foul. He's going to be given to Riley Lay.
All we need is for number 2 for Pinedale, Matt Gosar to score to make the whole night
get
complete.
the whole night complete for the Gozar family. So Pinedale will go to 2-1 in conference play as the shot is off. And Pinedale will improve to 8-4 on the season. Second shot will connect. And Lander will drop to 3-10 on the season. 1-2 in conference play, or 1-1 in conference play with Mountain View coming up. As a pass there to Bodie Moffitt, going to go out of bounds, turnover.
Tough night for the Tigers, but you just hope they learn from it, improve, and just kind of put this one behind them.
Yeah, that is the best way you can put it, especially with a game coming up Tuesday. Here is Lay, is 3 seconds to 1, and that is going to do it here for the Tigers. They will fall with a final of 65-44 on the Fremont Chevrolet scoreboard. We'll step aside for a timeout. We will have the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show coming up. This is Tiger Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Perfect Power is a proud supporter of athletics and student athletes all across Fremont County. Perfect Power provides services for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. Darren Hubble, owner and master electrician, has over 30 years of electrical experience. Darren's trustworthy team of professionals can get the job done right. Perfect Power, serving Fremont County and surrounding areas. Stop into 1320 West Main Street, Lander, or give him a call at 307-332-7184.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit WyomingEyes.net to learn more.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gamble.
This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
Tough night for LVHS basketball in general. Boys will fall in Game 2 of the doubleheader with a final of 65-44. Lander did outscore Pinedale in that fourth quarter, 17-12, but we were kind of talking before we got on, Matt. It was really, I think the second quarter maybe was just a killer for this team.
Yeah, it was a turning point in the game. Both teams kind of were shooting cold. Lander had a chance to really stay in the game and put the pressure on the home team. And the third quarter, they just kind of pulled away from them, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. It's brought to you by Bailey Tire and Auto. They are a proud supporter of our local athletes, our full-service tire and auto shops located at 755 South Feller in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Coming up, we do expect to talk with head coach Stu Mullins. We also will go over some final numbers. We still have to reward a player of the game and preview what is to come on this Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. Let's take a look at quarter by quarter first here in this one. It was a close game. I mean, Pinedale took a 7-0 lead. Lander responded, put 7 of their own, and then it kind of went back and forth in that first quarter. It would be a final of 13-12. Second quarter, Pinedale would outscore the Tigers 12-0. It would make it a 25-12 halftime. And we were saying that Tigers were really still in this game if they would be able to put some shots up. They would be able to do that, but Pinedale would put 28 points in the third quarter to Lander's 15, and then, like I said, fourth quarter, 17-12, the score. And like we said, Lander was going to get some shots. They put some shots in, but Pinedale just kind of had that third quarter in them.
Yeah, and Lander started making shots like I thought they would, but you wouldn't think Pinedale would have the 20-some point game that they did in that third quarter, but they got hot. And when you're down like that and the home team's starting to score and pull away, it does make it tough to hang in the game and to keep fighting and keep making those shots. And again, you have Gosar with 30 points, and he just went off in that second half, and it was almost like a different player.
Yeah, and I thought this game would be tie lead change. I thought we were going to be in double-digit figures with that statistic. There was only 2 lead changes, 3 ties in the ball game. That was all in the first quarter. Tigers overall would go 17 of 40 unofficially at 43%, so they did have a lot better shooting second half results in their contest. The Wranglers would be 51%. I had them at 25 of 49 from the field tonight. 4 of 15 were the Wranglers from beyond the arc. Lander would go 4 of 13 from beyond the arc. 6 of 10 for the charity stripe, where the Tigers. Pinedale would get to the free throw line and have 19 opportunities tonight and convert on 58% of those, so right at their average on the season at 11 of 19 at the free throw line. Lander, it would be a 2-to-1 turnover ratio, 14 turnovers for Lander, 7 for the Wranglers tonight. Rebound-wise, actually, I had Lander for, again, all stats unofficial, but I had Lander for more rebounds, 22 rebounds to Pinedale's 8, and some of that was like scrambling for the basketball, and a lot of shots were going out of bounds, and some of the passes were turned over. But just again, I mean, it's not really the stats are important. It's the final score is the main stat of this ball game.
Right, and but at the same time, you look at that stat and you say, okay, we can bring something positive out of this. We did out rebound them, and it was just a cold shooting night for the Tigers. I mean, we've seen them light it up in games, and so that's why I kept waiting for that to happen, and it did to a little extent, but just a cold shooting night for them. But you can take a few positives away from it. I'm sure Coach Mullins will do that, as he's a master of bringing that positive out of these kids, and they'll be ready to go for Mountain View. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Lander doesn't come out and light it up like they have in the past, and move on.
We're going to step aside. We do owe you some breaks here on the County 10 Sports Network, so we're going to step aside, and we will get some individual numbers coming up as we await head coach Stu Mullins for his post-game remarks. You're tuned in to Lander Valley Basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm going to text her. I'm going to text Allison. Hey, hold up. Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food, and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one that needs help.
At Eyes on Fremont, we know that good vision is about more than just seeing clearly. That's why we're dedicated to providing expert eye care for the whole family. From children's exams to contacts, LASIK to glaucoma treatment, we're here to help. We accept most insurance plans, and our experienced team will make sure you feel right at home. Schedule an appointment today at 111 South Broadway in Riverton, or give us a call at 307-856-9000. Visit wyomingeyes.net to learn more.
We continue our Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on the County 10 Sports Network.
Get you an update from Rustler Gymnasium, where the Central Wyoming Rustlers are hosting LCCC as Rustlers up 40-28. So a chance to go 2-1 to get Reach 9 play started before their games tomorrow. So that's some good results by the Rustlers if you're interested in Rustler basketball. The Lady Rustlers, I believe, did fall to LCCC. I don't have a final score from them yet, as we're still, again, waiting for head coach Stu Mullins. Wyatt Barichka, Matt Myers with you here on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Let's take a look at some individual numbers. We'll start with the Wranglers from Pinedale. It was led by, I feel like this is kind of not a surprise, Josh Gozar. He would finish with 30 points and 12 rebounds unofficially. Jace Ramage with 13 points and 4 rebounds. Bridger Kaiser with 7. Olin McMillan would have 10 points in the ball game for the Pinedale Wranglers. Brody Hammy would finish with 2. Riley Lay would convert on a free throw, and Alex Gozar would have 2 points in the contest. And that's a tough one again for the Tigers when Pinedale has 2 players, one of them boys, one girls, put 30 points in a ball game, and that just kind of shows you the talent they have on their teams right now. But for the Tigers, it was led by Parker Sixby. He would finish with 11 points in the ball game. It would be Brooklyn John with 9, Noah St. Clair with 8. Washburn would also finish with 8 points tonight. Julius Robinson would get a bucket in the contest. Finn McFadden with 4. Talon Whalen would finish with 4 points in the contest. And normally, you know, the Tigers have been able to get a couple of players in double-digit figures, but again, when you kind of have a shooting night, unfortunately, like Lander, it's going to be tough to kind of get those double-digit figures from different players that you kind of hope for to get those double-digit points.
Right. And, you know, you had Lander's, the 2 starters, Sixby and Washburn, pretty much their highest scorers as they are for most games. But like you said, they usually are in double digits for more than just one player. But it was, you know, Lander never stops hustling. They're working hard out there, and that's where it's frustrating when you're working hard. The shots just aren't falling. But, you know, this is where I think Coach Mullins does such a great job. He's able to keep those players focused and put the tough games behind. And I think Lander will, like I said, they'll be coming out ready to play Mountain View, and I think we'll probably see a different outcome, different scoring than we did tonight. Yeah, and, you know, what also was good to see was kind of more player. We got to see a little bit more of this team tonight. We got to see Julius Robinson check in. He got some decent, good quality minutes in that first half, but you also got to see Paxton Holland said. You saw Darian Herford check into the ball game, and, you know, to get them kind of get some varsity minutes was also kind of, it was good to see. I know it wasn't, you would hope to be on the other side of when you want to unload the bench, but the fact that they got some varsity minutes tonight was pretty awesome to see. We're going to step aside again for a timeout. Again, we're kind of stretching at this point to get a head coach interview from head coach Stu Mullins. So we'll take a little bit of an extended timeout as you're tuned in to Lander Valley basketball on the County 10 Sports Network.
Nobody likes to be stopped by the police, but if I'd seen her texting while driving and given her a ticket, it just might have saved her life.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Get ready to explore Wyoming's stunning parks at Fremont Motors during the Open Road Sales Event. We're giving away a complimentary Wyoming State Parks pass with every vehicle sold, so you can get out and explore our beautiful state behind the wheel of a brand new vehicle. Plus, all Fremont vehicles come backed by Fremont Care, so you'll be covered no matter what the open road has in store. Visit Fremont Chevrolet GMC in Riverton, or shop online anytime at fremontmotors.com and start your Wyoming adventure today.
Did you see Allison at lunch today? I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text Allison. Hey, hold up, Matt's calling me. Matt's calling me. Hey, we got the food and we're on our way right now. Hey, who's coming, bro? You're the one who needs help.
If you're looking for an upgrade to your vehicle, Wyoming 4x4 is the place to go for all your upgrade needs. From lift kits to bumpers, grill guards to bed liners, we've got everything you need to take your ride to the next level. We use top brands for our bumpers like Fab 4s, Ranch Hand, and Road and more. So get your vehicle ready and stop at Wyoming 4x4, or give Dan a call at 307-857-3175.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Make your home improvement projects a breeze with Sutherland's, your home improvement experts. Always the right products at the right price. For every project, every day. You can shop and pay online at Sutherlands.com, and we'll get it ready for easy in-store pickup. With the tools and the know-how, you can count on Sutherland's for any job. With over 30,000 items in stock, make your first stop at Sutherland's Home Improvement in Casper and Riverton.
County 10 is your Fremont County news leader. We're everywhere. On the web, mobile, social, and on your radio dial, with all the news you need to feel connected. From sports to board meetings and community features, we work hard to bring you all the latest updates you care about. Visit us today at county10.com. County 10, community connected.
Back here on KOVE 1330 AM 1077 FM, as well as county10.com. And Coach, I wish your birthday was a win, but unfortunately a second quarter scoring drought that must have been just the killer for you.
It was. You know, we competed well in the first quarter, and that was a team we were very confident coming in, and it happens sometimes, unfortunately. But we go 0-13 in the second quarter. Don't score a point, you know, and the crazy thing is you hold them to 25, they bank in that 3 at the end, you hold them to 22, you're feeling okay about yourself. You know, we just, the foul and the turnover right at the start of the third quarter just killed us and killed any momentum that we were hoping to build. And credit our guys, though, for continuing to fight, but I wish we could play that game right back.
Yeah, I was going to say, we and Matt were kind of mentioning, like, if Pinedale, like, just that first quarter type shooting, if that was kind of the case, and your guys' third quarter, this might be a different type of ball game, but when you guys were scoring, it felt like Pinedale just kind of had an answer for everything, and, you know, they kind of just like Josh kind of have the type of night that you kind of would expect from him.
Yeah, unfortunately, and they played him the whole game when they probably didn't need to, but that's their decision, and and we got to step up and defend him a little bit better, and we will. they missed some shots early that they typically will hit as well. And so it wasn't everything, that we did either. They're obviously a good team and, beat everybody in our conference by 20 plus. And, I think we're excited, though, to see them again.
Yeah, this is kind of, you got to get a game ready for Tuesday, but maybe what was kind of your message after tonight's game?
We've got so far to still go. Everybody kind of got a little excited just because we kind of saw what we could do against Riverton. We played well against Lyman, but I said we knew this before the season, that there was going to be absolutely no easy games for us. And, we're not very athletic. We're not tall, so it's difficult for us to get to the rim a lot of the time, and we've tried to create some things with our offense to help that out, but, we're just not big and strong either, so we have to play as a team almost perfectly every single night to even give ourselves a chance, and we've started to get to that point, and so you can have the flush it down the toilet mentality, but at the same time there's a lot of things we've got to learn from it in this game, and it's a quick turnaround with a very important game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think you kind of just took the words from my mouth. I was going to say, Riverton, you guys, again, like I said, a loss is a loss, but you guys were so up, you guys were so competitive, and it kind of a come down to earth type moment. And not in that way, but just kind of like there's still work to be done, like you were kind of mentioning.
Yeah, and in the back of my mind, I was worried about that. As far as you see that a lot with young, inexperienced teams. You have that big high after Tuesday, and even though we lost, we were really excited about the way that we played, and and then the very first words out of my mouth to the team before the game started is we can't take any of that for granted. There was a lot of hard work that went into that, and then we came out and we're shooting tough shots and first pass shots, all the things that we just did not talk about before the game, but it happens. You're dealing with 15 to 18-year-old kids, and it's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah, and Coach, like you said, you kind of have to get ready for Tuesday. You got another Tuesday game, and taking on Mountain View, and they're no easy team either. They beat this Pinedale team not that long ago. Kind of a quick, what are you kind of looking at with this team?
Yeah. Well, they are a lot like us and a lot like the teams in 3A, just not very big. They're probably smaller than most teams, but, man, they play hard. They can shoot it, a consistent theme that we're seeing, and they're going to give us everything they've got. And, we played them this summer. They beat us, and so we're going to have to like I said earlier, there's no easy games for us. There's nothing. But if we can go out and continue to improve and be a little bit tougher than we were tonight, then we're going to give ourselves a good chance.
Well, Coach, I'll let you get to it. I know you got like a fun pack weekend planned out, so I'll let you go, and thanks again for taking some time.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Hey, Coach Stu Mullins, we're going to step aside. We got a couple more obligations. We're going to wrap things up after this timeout as you're tuned in to Lander Valley Basketball right here on County 10.
Northside Auto Body Shop in Lander is proud to support sports and student athletes for the 22-23 season. Northside Auto Body is a staple in the Lander community and is primarily engaged in automotive body, paint, and interior repair and maintenance. If you hit a deer or have a vehicle accident, Northside will get your repairs handled and accept all forms of insurance. Javi and the crew got you covered at Northside Auto Body Shop, 323 North 2nd Street, Lander.
RE/MAX All-Star Realtors are proud to sponsor sports across Fremont County for the 22-23 season. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors was founded in 1991 with the goal of doing real estate in a way that would make our clients' lives as easy and uninterrupted as possible. They've completed many transactions involving residential, commercial, vacant lots, farm and ranch, and investment properties, and can help you with any goal you might have regarding any of these today. RE/MAX All-Star Realtors, 938 West Main Street, Riverton. See them online at remaxriverton.com.
Back here on the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show, again, big thanks to head coach Stu Mullins. And, it's never easy in a game like this, Matt, that you have to still kind of give your remarks. But I appreciate head coach Stu Mullins for coming up and kind of reflecting on this game a little bit.
Yeah, he's a class act. These are tough losses, and he just positive attitude, and like you said, we got to learn from this. And and I think too, you have a lot of players that did not start last year, starting this year. Washburn probably being the lone one, and you see his consistency. And so I think it takes time as a team to gel together, work through some of these bumps, and as the season goes along. And a tough loss tonight, but I think they'll get through it.
Yeah, also a big shout out to head coach Dumons. Happy birthday to him. It's his birthday today. So, again, your final 65-44. We have a couple more obligations that we have to do on the broadcast. State Farm Player of the Game. It's presented by State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs at State Farm. They're there to protect your future. Call today at 332-2530 or stop by their main office in Lander. Probably can't call them today because it's already almost 9 o'clock tonight, but make sure you stop by his office or give him a call during his business hours. So, player of the game, a couple of players come to mind. St. Clair kind of stood out, but I think Parker Sixby, his aggressiveness tonight, he almost finished with a double-double. I had him 11 points and 7 rebounds unofficially tonight, and I know he kind of had a moment where he got tacked, and that's not what you hope for, but it's just kind of that's just the passion he has. But I think tonight I got to give it to Parker Sixby. I think you and me kind of agreed on who our player of the game was. So a big congratulations to Parker Sixby. Again, your player of the game presented by State Farm Agent Justice Jacobs. Next Tuesday, so Lander has another Tuesday game. That's something you normally don't see with this team, but this is a makeup game, but this game has to be played because it's a conference game for the Tigers, so that's why Mountain View and Lander, we're going to square up Tuesday. 4:30 and 6 o'clock are those start times. We're going to have the call here on KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, as well as County 10's YouTube page. Again, big shout out to everybody who has tuned into this broadcast and made these broadcasts possible, especially with our sponsors. And thank you all for tuning in, however you may be tuning in. Final thoughts before we sign off tonight, Matt?
Well, it's nice working with you, White. I know you're going to be leaving here before too long, and but I've had fun working with you and wish I could have done it longer. But yeah, it's again with both the boys and girls team. Tough losses tonight. The girls kind of came in here and ran into a buzzsaw, a team that was. You can see why they are as good as they are. And the boys just had a rough night shooting. I think they'll, like Coach Mullen said, he looks forward to playing them again in Lander because I think it'll be a different score and a different outcome. So, yep, they get a chance to put this behind them on Tuesday, and hopefully both teams will have good outcomes on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, again, that's against Mountain View. That is at Lander. It is a 4:30 and 6 o'clock start. Again, KOVE 1330 AM, 107.7 FM, as well as our County 10 YouTube page. We also want to give a heads up on KOVE, our audience. We are going to be streaming having the conference championships for NFL football this weekend on our radio side of things. You can check out those details at county10.com. I wanted to check and make sure we don't have any Cowboys or Cowgirls, we do. Cowboy basketball, the Boyer War, tomorrow against Colorado State. That is taking place at the AA. It's a 2 o'clock start. Again, you can catch all of the coverage for that game on KOVE. Big thanks again, Matt Meyer. Thank you again for making the trip up here to Pinedale, and looking forward to having another call with you on Tuesday. And we are going to wrap this broadcast up. So for Matt Meyer, the entire County 10 crew, I'm Wyatt Barichka. This has been a presentation of Lander Valley Basketball here on the County 10 Sports Network.